What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Comics Unleashed. We're in the pre-show right now. Thank you, first off, for spending a little bit of your time with us on a Saturday night so we show off some comics. We have a special honorary guest that we love having on every single time, and that is Brandon from Mon Comics. Buddy, thank you again for jumping on tonight. It's been a minute like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, no, I always appreciate you guys having me to talk some comics, and I've completely changed so much in my collecting and focus since the last time I was on with you guys. It was all about the Silver and Bronze Age, and now I'm full-fledged modern reader thanks to a lot of you guys corrupting me. So thank you.
Hey, we're happy to help with that part.
Listen, corruption is what we do best.
Yes, Uncle Gary's good at really finding a way to spend your money.
Wait. People always complain I spend their money, but I have yet, and I always ask them, tell me what I've made you spend money on that you regret.
Not a damn thing.
Silence.
Gary was great. It was great helping me out at Baltimore when I told him, I was like, hey, look, just look tired. What's up, Adam?
What's up, Adam?
Yeah, Baltimore when I told him I was like, hey, here's a couple of the here's a couple of
how you doing, buddy?
Yep.
Sorry.
I was saying I was like, here's a couple of the books I'm looking for. Like, if on your travels you see good copies for a good price, let me know. And he helped me find the Wonder Man book I got, which was a much better copy than the ones that I had been looking at.
Matter of fact, you got it with Sheldon from Heroes from the aforementioned Carolina show. So in Charlotte, that's right, Sheldon. Yeah. I sweet talked Sheldon a little bit, and he gave Dan a really good deal. So
Uncle Gary found my like Grail book in a matter of, I think the show didn't even start. I think we were on the floor. We had the early passes, and he texted me, found your book, and I was like, which one? And he's like, was it Batman 629? It's the alternate cover where Jason Todd got the mask off and you see Batman's face.
Yeah.
I've been looking for that book forever. Literally, we're 10 minutes even in the door, and he's like, found it. I was like, I'm coming to you. Where are you?
There you go. That's right.
Oh, it's fun to just, for a while, I think we all took turns doing it, to just
follow
shadow Gary.
Yeah.
And just, and everywhere he's going, every vendor he's walking up, like, hey, they all know him. There's random people walking by. Hey, what's up, Gary? And
a man with Gary's collection does not go not knowing these people. You have to know. So
even at the show in Frederick we went to a couple months ago, we're looking, me and him were looking at one set. Oh, there comes trouble. What's up, Chris?
There we go.
There he is.
Just talking about you, Chris.
We went up to it was actually the guy that runs the show, Clandestine Comics, and Gary's something. He's like, oh, hey, I got the box for you. He's like, here, this is a box of stuff that I know you like.
Colossus. Yeah, sorry. We had to pull the trigger on him and be like, you need to be.
Yep. Absolutely. So it's kind of nice that people bring stuff to shows because they think I'll bite. But the really good dealers, I also send people to them so they know that there's business involved. That if when they treat me really well, I'll treat them. I'll make sure that I send people to them because they're fair and I'll give a heads up, say no, they're a little high, be careful. But Dan and Sal are pretty savvy. They know what's what. But because I know people, I've asked my the dealers that I've dealt with over the years, this buddy of mine, can you give him a good break? And they usually do. So yeah. Awesome. We do have Chris with us, and Chris isn't one to last long sometimes on the show. So Chris had some special things he imparted on us. So can we show them first?
Yeah.
Mr. Keith.
You want to do this in the pre-show, or do you want to do it on the main?
Let's do it on the main show. Because Chris, hang around.
You know what? We'll start it when we start it off. I'll just put you up front and center then.
Yeah. So
Pam is coming with sports talk.
Oh yeah, Pam!
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Pam got hacked.
Pam, what's up?
Is this Bizarro Pam that came?
This is Bizarro Pam.
Yeah,
this is the ultimate version. She's the
ultimate version. Pam, I am loving that.
It's absolute Pam.
Absolute Pam.
Pam, you rock it, girl. Oh shoot.
So Brandon, on our comic character of the week show, we always invariably talk about sports in the
Somehow.
pre-show, and Pam's always on there. She's like, "Oh, I managed to catch the sports segment again."
All right. You guys want to get some business out of the way real fast so we can jump into this?
That's
do it,
great.
Let's
do
do
it.
it.
All right.
Do you need me to run anything for you there?
Yeah, just do the
Yeah.
tickers. You know.
Gotcha.
So, like I said, Jamie, J-Dub here. Thank you guys once again for joining us. We have
I
Sal,
can't
the
put that
slab
up, Chris.
guy. Yeah, no, you can't put that up, Chris.
Okay, put that up, Chris.
Oh, Chris loves it when you can't put up the shit he says. He gets a kick out of pushing the button,
Yeah.
or having y'all cancel him for his comment.
But Sal, where can they find you when you're not eating meatball subs and doing Codex things?
Oh man, yeah, love a good meatball sub. But you can always find me on YouTube under Sal's Comic Corner and Instagram as the Slab Guy 77. Go check it out.
Yes, and we have our honorary guest. I can't speak highly enough of this guy. Like, he brings the content every single time. I've watched every single one of his videos when he drops them. I can't get enough of them. I wish he posts more, but he does what he does, and he does a great job when he does.
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, Brandon from Mon Comics. Tell them where they can find you, buddy.
I truly appreciate you guys' kindness. So, like, I have a few, there's only a few shows I go hang out on habitually when I can. It's you guys, again, the life, crazy kids and stuff. But I'm on YouTube under Mon Comics as well as Instagram. And I try to do whatever I can. Sometimes life gets, we'll always find time for comics. Thanks so much for having me, guys. I'm ready to talk modern comics.
That's the shocker for tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
He's got some.
boom.
Wait.
We did have a ticker up for you. I'm going to keep this one. I got to save this one.
Now wait a minute.
Joe was on there.
Brandon wants to talk modern comics, but I got a specific request that he wanted to see Golden Age comics. The dichotomy here is something.
I'm going to go both ends of the
Right.
spectrum. I figured show some and then see Uncle Gary.
Okay, all
Right,
right.
Richard. Slabatorium, baby.
Slabatorium, yes, Sal coming from the Slabatorium. All right, well, we got you covered, man. We got you covered on both ends of the spectrum, baby.
Speaking of spectrums, down below him,
Oh.
we have the man himself that does all the art in the world. Dan, tell them where they can find you, buddy.
Yeah, you
Kelly
can find me on Instagram. I post a few times a week. So, yep, Gary's got the Swamp Thing cover that I did for him, and got with the CGC. I just got all. I just posted. What was it last Tuesday or this past Tuesday on the channel?
Yep. Look at that Transformers. Look at that.
God, Jesus, you guys are gonna make me get up.
And look, and the other thing is, look at that label.
And I got a back cover one.
That is a yellow. Look at that. That is a yellow label that says Dan Kelly is genuine, certified, bona fide, CGC recognized artiste. You don't get that anywhere else. And when he makes a sketch cover for you, it's a 101.
A one of one, baby.
A 1 of 1. There are no more of these. None. Zip. Nada.
And there won't be, because that Swamp Thing was a pain in the ass to draw.
That's
and
right.
I realized when I started drawing it, like how long all these
Pain in the ass.
lines for like for moss and stuff would take to draw. But we just did a Sal helped me out do an unboxing video for the 8 sketch covers I just got back from CGC. 1 for him and the other 7 for Adam and Dave's Card World. So they've already got those for their mystery boxes. So I'll be posting that on my Instagram next week. Post art on there too. So check it out. But we all love comics and we all have our comic collections. Yeah, I think we might all agree with that one there, Chris.
Yeah.
Did Chris say he's on the spectrum or he's on the rectum?
Bit of both.
Either one, probably correct.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Richard. That was a cool request. The Darth Vader and Luke, like the Silver Surfer cover.
There you go. Look at that.
Look at that.
Kelly Art.
Look at
He's
that.
got some too.
Look at that.
Look at that badass.
And that looks like that was a pain in the ass to draw too, Dan.
Looks like it
That
was
one-
too,
Yeah, that one took a while, but it was fun.
1 of 1. Brandon, how many of that are there?
Only this one, baby.
It's a 1 of 1. Is that what you're telling me?
Only this one.
1 of 1.
1
baby.
of 1.
1 of 1.
Though if they ever make an actual Man-Thing blank sketch cover, I may redraw it on there.
Oh, I'm coming after you for that one for the yellow label.
I appreciate that paying me. I'm actually working on inking that Colossus one now. So maybe probably week after next, I'll post that when I get it finished. But like I said, everybody here is burdened with having to have my scribbles around.
It's not a
I
burden.
can't post that, Chris.
It's a burden. All right, Chris, you know the drill. You have to send me the message of what you got. You can't.
You know what? You know what? Just for Chris this one time.
Oh no! What would you say? I think
Safe enough. That's safe enough.
that's safe enough. That's
We're just on the border of getting, demonetized.
listen.
Hey, we're 10 minutes in, man. YouTube's not paying attention to us anymore.
And keep in mind, anybody that has any doubts about Chris and where he's coming from, he is a combat veteran, so he's allowed to be a little askew in the head. So
Great guy, though.
He is a great guy.
Yeah.
We were just talking about him driving us to, what do you call it? Comic Logic that day. I was like, I didn't know him, and he was cool as hell.
Yeah, wait till you see the things that he gave me to show on this show that are for some of you all.
Ooh.
I think
right.
something that it will greatly impact Dan and Jamie.
Wow.
He
Very nice.
he sent me a picture of it. It's
Well, you're gonna see it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
hold it in my hands. I'm gonna cradle. I'm gonna caress it. I'm gonna fondle it.
You are just giving him ammunition to like put comments up.
The keyboard warrior
What?
himself is going to be going at it here.
I would never do that. Chris doesn't need help.
Man, we all have comic collections. We all have pretty impressive collections. You see Jamie's board behind him, and you see Sal's, and you see all those awesome old books that are behind Brandon there. But even with that. Yeah, based on what you did in the bathroom in that hotel in Frederick, it's not just from the neck up.
Yeah.
I have seen him blow up some other bathrooms.
There is only one library of comics, and there's only one curator of the library of comics. And when you talk about him, you're talking franchise, you're talking money, you're talking notoriety, you're talking women, you're talking the kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, kissed all the girls and made them cry, spent more money on comics this week than you made in the last year. Like we said it before, I've said it before, when the boogeyman goes to sleep, he checks under the bed for Chuck Norris. When Chuck Norris goes to bed, he checks under there to make sure Uncle Gary's not there to jump out and get him.
Yeah. Well,
Batman,
I appreciate that. That is a wonderful, wonderful introduction. I have to clean up a couple things. One, the reason Chuck Norris checks under the bed is he's not afraid I'm going to get him. But there was that unfortunate incident. I didn't know that was his wife. So he checks, he does that. Also, when I kissed the girls and made them cry, they cry because that's it. That's the last of the kisses. They're not getting any more kisses. They're very upset about that. And that is behavior in the way, 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 way back machine. There's a redhead that will shoot me if any of that behavior comes present. So for almost 30 years now, I've been a very good boy. So let's clear that up. But thank you. All that's in the past.
I just have to get your ticker real quick have this special message for Sal.
Well,
Yes, I have proven it time and time again.
Who were we talking with the other day that loved it when Sal and I did the video, Top 10 Reasons Why Beast is an Avenger and X-Men, and the art for it, where he's an Avenger. Sal was lax in supplying the covers that Jamie needed. So I supplied the covers where Beast is an Avenger and is very happy, is boisterous, he's outgoing. And because Sal didn't get those covers in, I picked 3 of the worst covers where he looked like he had just lost his best friend as an X-Man, and it was great. They were morose, they were sad, they were lonely.
One didn't even look like Beast; it looked like a labradoodle.
It was his second mutation when he started going into that full cat mode.
I hated that one.
Yeah,
but
me
just
too.
to belabor the point that his life as an X-Men sucks, and as Avenger, he's getting laid, having a good time. So anyway, I digress. And as a Ric Flair, there was a dude dressed as Ric Flair at the show today.
Oh, wow.
Had the wig, and I was like, woo! All right, so
you're stealing my look.
Stealing me look. All right, so
identity theft is not a joke, Jim.
Yeah. Because Comic Logic, Loudoun County, Virginia's only comic store, we are set up, and this is a fairly local show for us. This is, maybe 10 miles from our shop, and it's near the Dulles Airport out here. It's at the Dulles Expo Center, Big Lit Comic Con. Still another day. You can still catch us. Tomorrow, we're set up there. A lot of other great vendors are there. Mark Nathan, from Comics, Card, and Collectibles. The guy that runs the Baltimore Comic Con is there. Thomas Cellini from Comics and Gaming. He's there. He's the guy that I sold my Ultimate stuff to today. He is there. So Dave from Aftertime Comics, a lot of great vendors. Ed from Gateway Comics. Go see these people. You can meet good people. You can have there's good books in that building, and whatever Chris said now I know is awesome. So also I want to let you all know next Sunday, June 8th, we will have the one and only Jim Calafiore, or Jim Calafiore, however we want to pronounce it. He will be at Comic Logic, and he will be signing autographs. He will be doing sketches. He is the creator of Ned, Lord of the Pit, that Dan's holding right there, volumes 1 and 2. I can't wait to get a hold of volume 2. It's self-published. Brand, I think you would love these books. This is a normal guy, wakes up one day, finds out he's a Lord of Hell.
I'm down. Sold.
Doesn't know how it happened. He's just the Lord of Hell, and he's got little demon supplicants following him around. Also, the great run on Aquaman, on Exiles, on Batman Underground. Look at that. All the greatest hits. Look at that. Secret Six, Jim Calafiore. I guess he's got a stack of stuff getting signed, and Defenders of the Earth, which is his current thing. So he'll be signing those. He'll also be doing on blank sketch covers. If you buy a blank sketch cover, he will do a quick head sketch autograph. If you want something more for free, if you want something more complex, there will be a monetary decision made there. But Jim Calafiore, great dude. If you've seen the video on my library, I have all the great Jim Calafiore prints up there. And I'll be getting one next week. I commissioned one. I finally commissioned one from him. It's one one of the JSA that I've been clamoring for a while. He goes, if you want it, you got to commission it, because the guy that was commissioning the other JSA died. That's how old us JSA fans are. So I will be getting a Wildcat, and I wanted the glove, and he'll have the fist up like this. So I'm looking at it. So it's pretty cool. I've seen the preliminaries on it. So nice. Jim Calafiore at Comic Logic next week. So that being said, let's kick the final bit of business. Comic Character of the Day, which is a site, and Dan Kelly is running it now, founded by our good buddy Archduke Kevy. It's the reason we are all acquainted. So for good or ill, the reason you see us is because we were all met on that site there. That you see us together. There's still a channel, but the reason we're all together is because we met on that site by the Archduke. So we owe him a debt of gratitude. Dan Kelly's running it now, doing a fine job picking the characters of the day, the random panels of the day, which are always juicy and scintillating. And he also has a great question of the day. Between me and Talking Geek, you'll usually get a cover of the day. Sometimes you even get two. I've been a little busy this week, so I haven't posted much. So I apologize to Dan there. But we'll get back into the swing of things soon, brother. I've just been extremely busy. But that's what you got. That's why he's got me and Talking Geek with your backs, and you get great covers. So
I know Sal must have liked the character for today. It's Venom with big titties.
Yeah, well, Sal will take his Venom any way he can get him.
That's right.
Breastises, no breastises, he doesn't care. As long as it's got a big tongue, that's what he's
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
What if they had a Marvel thing? I know he's fighting Predator's fighting Spider-Man now. I haven't read it, so maybe this actually happens in it. What if the Venom symbiote attached itself to one of the Predators?
Ooh. I was thinking how good it would be a Predator versus Venom fight. But yeah, you took it to another level. If it was the two of them, there'd be two ugly mother. You know what? So, but let's talk about somebody.
I'm good. Kill me now. Yeah.
So somebody that's not ugly is that pretty man in the headband up there, and that pretty fella there. He had a pretty great idea. Thank you, Geek. Thanks for there you go.
With the double D's, not the T's.
Yeah, there you go. He had a great idea, and that was he wanted to broadcast wall to wall, coast to coast, a channel that gave great comic content, and we give great comic content. And he assembled a team that could go out there every day and talk comics all day long, wall to wall, treetop tall, baby. And we we have that signal that's emanating all over this great land. We've all, we've even had a guest from Japan that's contributed on this show. So we are worldwide, baby. And the reason we're worldwide is because that man up there had a vision. He had a vision that he was going to give this channel to the masses as his great gift to Western civilization. And that man up there, the master builder himself, the man with the plan, he is the one. He is the only J-Dub.
I always love those intros. Thank you, as always, Uncle Gary. But business time. You can find us at thecodexstation.com. It's your one-stop shop for everything Codex. Get some merch with team. Let us know what you like and don't like. And find us on all the
socials. All the socials. Look at us. Every one of us. We have all the socials. We're practically dripping with them. And listen, I know Brandon's not usually here. Don't let him fool you. He's got all the socials too. And what you do when you have all the socials is you want to give them to someone else because you have a desire that you have to pass on what you have. And that's what we have, baby, because there would be nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing that would make us happier than to give them to you, baby.
Yes. And real quick, I just want to throw something out there because my mind never stops working, and I love making new content. The Codex Master. I like that.
Did you say nude content?
Nude content,
Nude
yes.
content.
It's for my OnlyFans. I call it Only Comics. But
it's Jamie naked, just holding up comics and all the private parts.
You know that tongue that's coming out of Venom's mouth? I put a hole there. No, but I did start something cool that I've been wanting to do since probably I started this. And that was interview other content creators. So the Code X Creator Series is launching on Monday with our first guest that I had on, and that was Comic Source Rex, Alex. Go check it out. There'll be a short of what we did going out tomorrow, and then Monday's the full episode, and it was amazing. Guys, if you guys haven't checked them out yet, go check them out on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah, Chris.
It's Chris in rare form tonight, huh?
He was in rare form all day walking around that con.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you guys about ready to show some books, though? Get the show on the road.
Let's show some.
All right. We'll start with Uncle Gary and then work our way around.
All right. We'll show.
Do we have a little quick intro? The little quick.
Yeah, just hit the quick bit.
Hit the quick intro. 10 seconds.
All right.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome again to Comics Unleashed. It's Saturday night, and I know you guys are all here, and we all appreciate it. Showing off a little bit of what we got, and whatever you guys got, drop it in the comments, too. Let us know what you guys got that we don't have. So, we're going to kick this one off, actually,
As opposed to Fully Awake and Punchy.
Yeah, with Uncle Gary, because he asked specifically for Chris.
Yeah, because I can't guarantee how long Chris is able to stay with us. Chris is an older fella, and he's prone to have naps. A couple weeks ago, I called him, or last week, I think we were doing Comic Character of the Day, and he wanted to participate in the Thunderbird show, and I texted him. I always say, we're live on Codex. About 11:30, he goes, oh, man, I missed it. I was sleeping. And then he wakes up, and then he starts doing things in his little mad scientist mode, because he does. Chris has a 3D printer now, and I'm going to tell you this. People are coming. He's going to start making people, and this is going to be scary. But before he makes people, he's made things for people. And, and he made something for Jamie. And quicker than you can say Kent Nelson, as fate would have it.
Oh, my God, it's beautiful.
Oh, my God. That's
wicked.
That is a beaut.
That's from the Schwartzlander. I told him I need one of these. So this will look great on a shelf, on a stack of comics.
Yes.
So
anywhere.
You should add some LEDs into there so it makes the eyes glow.
Well, it's pretty cool. That Dr. Fate figure I had that I showed on Dr. Fate show, it's got the glowing eyes. But yeah, cool. But this is pretty cool for Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I don't know when it's going to get to you. I just might have to hold it for a while.
You probably will.
Yeah, probably will. So that's for Jamie. Let's see.
That's when we come visit again.
Yeah, you have to come get it. I imagine. Nice
one, Pam.
All right. Here's a little something he did for me, because top 3 characters for me: Swamp Thing, Aquaman, and Spectre. A little Aquaman.
Oh,
that's
nice.
cool.
Nice.
Isn't that nice?
That
Yeah.
is beautiful.
He made Mighty Mike Harbor, Abrams, or he made him the Stewart, Jeb Stewart tank.
Oh, nice.
So he made him the tank, which is really cool. So there's an Aquaman he made for me. Oh, Dan Kelly, you've seen pictures of it, but you're gonna see it live now, Bubba. Let's see. What? Oh, there's the other piece to it. There it is. It's hiding. There it is. All right. First, this is the base.
All right, I did. Oh, that's cool. I hadn't seen the base. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
And the base goes into the figure like so.
Oh,
That's
sweet.
fantastic.
Nice. Love it.
Isn't that nice?
That's amazing.
So Chris was like Santa. He had his big knapsack and he was pulling gifts out of here all day. And then
Be
he
careful
made.
when he pulls out.
It's rare when he pulls out.
Well,
Yeah.
I appreciate it, Chris. Like I told you when we were texting the other day, I really appreciate it. That looks absolutely fantastic. I already know where I'm going to put it in here. I'm going to put it behind me so that it's in full display for everyone to see. It just looks.
Well, here's the thing. It's okay to put something Chris makes for you behind you. Don't let Chris behind you. Just saying. So here's something he created for me. Here's a base. Pretty cool base.
Oh my god.
Look at that.
That's awesome.
That is
Look at
wicked.
Swamp Thing.
Love the colors.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Isn't that fantastic? So
Oh, he
Chris,
did this. He did this Judge Dredd one that he posted on his Facebook that looks badass.
Yeah, that's how I saw the Dr. Fate helmet.
Yeah.
Chris, did you give that to Kurt today? I didn't see that unveiling if I missed it. But anyway, how cool is that? I mean, Chris, you're a rock star, baby.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
you know what?
I'm
What he's
scared.
working on for Sal, he's going to 3D print a meatball sub for him.
Oh,
Oh man,
better than Howard the Duck.
That's right. I still have to.
the duck.
Because I don't know, Brandon. If you heard, Sal hates Howard the Duck, so I told him
We talked about this on the man thing when we did character of the week as man thing.
Yeah,
I remember
but he
went
loves
off
Green
on it.
Lantern, so
Yeah,
I told him
dude.
I was gonna do a sketch cover or something for him, where I was gonna make Howard the Duck a Green Lantern, so I could ruin it for him. And then this this blank Venom sketch cover I haven't done anything with yet. I forget whose idea it was. Somebody said to do Jar Jar Binks with the Venom symbiote, and the guy John at our shop, we were talking about it there, and I was like, yeah, I gotta have him say something like Weeze's Venom, and he was like, you need to have him say Misa gonna eat your brains.
Yeah.
That's a great mashup.
So
Yeah.
I'm just trying to ruin all of Sal's favorite characters.
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And I will show one more thing because you kept the drag. Gotcha. Because Chris may go to bed early. He was a part of this. We have a good buddy named Andrew. Chris has a good buddy that he introduced me to named Andrew Clem. And Andrew Clem is an artist. And I commissioned a piece with him, and I just want to make sure something really quick. I asked if I could if he had a name or if I could have his information to give out. I don't think he didn't respond to me tonight. Andrew didn't. So I don't know what his website information is, but I can do it in the future. This was going to be shown later, but because of what I'm going to show now, I'm going to, there you go. Some brown filament. Chris, make sure that brown filament does not come out of you. That's all.
Yeah, please God.
I mean, that'd be a true brown lantern thing, but do not use brown filament from you. All right. So I got a Grail book last year, and Brandon, I don't know if you were here on the show where I got to show it, but I got a More Fun Spectre cover.
I saw you unveil it. I watched the video, and
Yeah.
it blew my mind. That's just
Gorgeous.
unbelievable.
And so this was a Grail book for me, a More Fun Spectre. It was such a Grail book that I commissioned something.
I was gonna say, would you buy a second one?
No,
I had to upgrade it.
no, but it's pretty freaking cool.
Is it a new car?
It is a new car. Got that new car smell.
Okay. Nice.
Oh,
Yes.
Awesome.
Look at that.
That is wicked.
That's
Where's
good.
that one
That
going
is.
up? Where's that one going up, Gare?
We don't know yet. The other thing is, God, I don't know if it's going to show it here. Let me see if I cut this light. Let's do it a little bit. It glows in the dark, dudes.
Oh,
Oh.
man.
Yeah.
See, what Diane doesn't know is that's going up in the bedroom. She's just going to wake up in the middle of the night and just have that glowing there.
Glowing
Be like, "Ah!"
specter.
Matter of fact, Sal, if I send you, there it goes. Thank you. There's just Sal. If I send you a picture of the glow in the dark, can you post it?
Yeah.
Okay, let me send it straight to you.
All
It
right.
is so. It's just worth it. Andrew Clem, he does cover reproductions like this. He did a great one for Chris that was a House of Mystery cover, and it was just here it goes, coming straight to you, Sal. So it's spectacular, but this thing is amazing and fantastic rates. You know,
Oh,
I'm gonna say
That's
I got
wicked.
this.
That
I'm gonna
is
say I got this. He did this for less than $200.
It looks like the
Wow.
ones you'd see at a store, like they
Yeah.
professionally make for stores for like the more popular comics. No
Yeah.
one has the taste the real
Yeah.
comic collectors do, but that is amazing.
Isn't that great?
Wait till you see this glow in the dark piece.
Yeah. So and he's a retired Marine, so he's a hell of a guy. And he and Chris will come up one day this summer, and he'll get the full tour, and we'll look at horror books and all. But as cool as this is, just keep this image in mind when Sal's able to show you the glow in the dark picture.
Yep.
We can
Give
go
me
to
1
it.
second. It's coming
Yep.
up.
So just
Here we
keep
go.
that image in mind, and then see what Sal shows you.
Oh, that's
Holy
awesome.
crap!
Yeah.
Look at that.
Cool.
So, but look at it carefully. So not only I told him
Ooh,
one
top
the specter to glow and the moon to glow, and he did the
Logo,
cover
too.
box logo at the top, which is really cool. He made that glow, and then right below the specter, there's a little dot, and that is a street lamp that's on the.
Oh, okay.
and that is really cool. So there's the street lamp
I see.
by the car.
That's awesome.
How freaking cool is that? So
I never seen anything like it.
Andrew Clem,
That's amazing.
you rock, brother. And the other thing, he asked me, he says, I can make it glow in the dark if you want. I said, well, I like that idea. I'm just worried that it's going to look like it's glow in the dark when you look at it when the light is on.
Totally does.
And he took extra care to make it not look that way.
So is that one of those ones where it has to like sit in the sunlight so that it gets
It does need to get some light on it, not
Yeah.
necessarily sunlight.
okay?
But so I'm going to be very sparingly with that because I don't want to
Fade
get
it
it
out.
You don't want
I
to
don't I don't want to fade it, but you know what? So cool, so awesome. Andrew Clem rocks, and this is on canvas, guys. You know, this is on canvas. So, Andrew Clem, you are the man, and I appreciate the hell out of you. Thanks for letting me show that while Chris was here, because you know what?
Yeah.
If I had waited later for the showcase, he wouldn't have been able to give Andrew Clem's information. So, you know, like I said, he's at the Big Lick Comic Con now, and this dude is awesome. So, great person, great artist. Oh, and you know, some people are great artists. Some people go to school to be great artists. Some are both. But this guy happened to went to a little school run by a piker named Joe Kubert.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. So anyway, thank you. So I appreciate you letting me have that little bit to start the show off with, and so I can get show you the magnificent things Chris was working on. Hit it with the UV light. There we go.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure Chris has got a couple UV lights.
Yeah, you can
You
borrow.
do not want to see.
Looks like a Jackson Pollock painting.
You just read my mind, Jamie.
Exactly right. Pam, good point there. But Andrew Clem, great, and Chris, what you've done on this 3D printing, man, that is awesome. He's got his mad scientist stuff going, and he is, like I said, this is the start. Pretty soon he's going to be rolling out people, and that concerns me. But you know,
that stuff he made looks fantastic, especially too because he just started doing it, and it's already looking that good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go, Chris, mad scientist, buddy. Andrew is
Really
Yep.
You just got to wait for him to make the Uncle Gary action figure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, that's going to be a hell of a figure. You know, it's gonna take a lot of plastic to get all that. So
Yep.
anyway, but thanks guys, thanks.
No problem.
Give me that, and we may proceed with the show.
All right, I'll kick this off then. Start with Independence. I don't know. For you guys, was this like a big week or was it just me? Like, because I got.
It was a little heavier this week than it has been for
Yeah.
a bit for me.
I picked up some new stuff too. Oh, did your audio go out?
I'm back.
There he is. Hello.
There we go.
You're a little bit off sync, but that's okay.
Am I? Oh, well, shucks. There we go. All right. Well, we're going to kick it off, like I said, with Independence with a book that actually was really fun from Mad Cave. The series was twisted and kind of cool at the same time, but Kill Train number 5.
Nice.
That looks cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that cover.
Yeah. The
It's no true,
book
Richard.
4 kind of gave away what was going on, but 5 wrapped everything up nicely. Next up, this
You
is
got the Predator hanging out behind you again.
Yeah.
is it bad?
No,
It's
no.
not.
Not too bad.
Okay.
As long as he doesn't get venomized, we're okay.
Yeah. Well, next up, I have another one from Mad Cave. This is actually a precious pickup. Whatever happened to Crimson Justice?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and the
That looks
interiors
cool.
Look cool.
actually were like stunning. So I don't know. She's got a knack for just picking books off the rack.
Yeah.
We're gonna
I was
go up.
I got a gal that's got a knack with her rack. But,
Mhm. Next up, Feral number 13.
Ooh.
There's one.
I got an
Angry
even better variant for it though, because they do the horror movie homages. Issue 13, but the Jason Voorhees.
Ooh,
That's
Friday
nice.
That's
13.
cool.
that is awesome.
Feral the
That
13th.
Fright Night one they did,
Feral
I
the
think, is
13th.
still the best variant. But
And
that
I love 9 lives on there. That
Yeah.
is good. That is good.
Another
Right.
great book. Issue number 3 of Assorted Crisis Events.
nice.
It's
I
an
remember you-
anthology.
I remember you talking about how much you liked it.
Yeah, post-apocalyptic anthology. I'm digging now. All right, Gary. You're gonna have to say a big
Coming
word
back.
for me.
Yeah.
So
Oh, there we go.
It came this week.
Lee Bermejo.
I'm loving it. You'll see another Bermejo in a little bit. But yeah,
Brandon,
whatever
I don't
that
know if
word.
you're getting these.
Suffer and
These are good.
Succotash from the
I
Abyss.
picked up a few.
What's that title again, Jamie?
Suffer and Succotash from the Abyss.
Okay,
I
there we
can't
go.
say the word.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. Another precious pickup that you pulled off the rack. It's a one-shot from Image. It's called Mommy Blog.
Ooh.
Interesting.
And from the looks of
Is
it,
it a
and
horror
even
book?
the interiors, yeah, it is. All right, next up, everyone's book that's on their list. I know it is Hyde Street number 6.
Yes.
Huh.
Have you been
Can-
reading this, Brandon?
No, I'm writing it down though.
You have to. It's a
It's-
must.
It's what do you call it? It's like a horror version of the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, absolutely it is, and it's Jeff Johns already said he's giving an homage to the Twilight Zone with it, and the Twilight Zone, Brandon, is my favorite show of all time.
Good
Oh,
classic of mine. Yeah, I've loved it always.
All right, next up for me, this is another precious pull she's got on her list. Minor Arcana number 7,
Nice.
Jeff Lemire. Got some Void Rivals number 19.
That's an ugly mug there.
Didn't they
Mhm.
kill him a couple issues ago?
I thought they did.
How do you kill something that ugly?
It gets explained. Don't worry.
Yeah. G.I. Joe number 7.
Oh, like that.
Oh, that Beachhead and Flint.
Mm-hmm.
So they start. I dropped it after the second issue because I was pissed off they killed Rock and Roll, but
Yeah.
here it's good. So if they're bringing in starting to bring in other Joes now, like Beachhead and that, then I might have to jump back on.
Right. Well, jumping into Marvel, starting off with Venom, Original Sin number 1.
Yes.
Nice.
I got Uncle Gary facsimile time.
There we go.
So
Do
the
it.
Uncanny X-Men 135.
And
That's
you're
great
gonna
cover.
read these when you get them all, right? You're gonna read
Yes.
Dark Phoenix Saga.
Yeah, I want to read them like collected everything through because when I read it the first time, I was just not a fan.
Huh.
I will say this: as great as the storyline is, the very end of it, after she kills herself, that whole like Cyclops by himself with the long like soliloquy, that could have like his little monologue there could have been gone.
Yeah, anytime Scott talks in that whole series, I'm just like, skip, please.
Check, please.
Yeah. Next up, the Uncanny X-Men number 15.
Flush.
We got some Ultimate Spider-Man with number 17. See, this is what I love because Spider-Man doesn't even have to be in the book, and it's still great.
Yep, that is a good book.
Another X-Men book, but this is giant size number 1, and I did not get the original. I got the new one.
Oh yeah,
all right.
Because they're going to have Miss Marvel like appearing in all these old stories or something. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up, Eddie Brock Carnage number 4.
Oh yeah, that's been a good read too.
Yeah, it is. Deadpool Wolverine number 5.
Very good.
Cool.
The Avengers issue 26.
Yep. Cap leading the way.
Yep. What do you do when it's just Cap standing alone? Wolverine and Kitty Pryde number 2.
Cool.
One I know from talking about it, we all love Predator vs. Spider-Man number 2.
I've not read it yet. I may get it in trade if it's good.
Yeah, I'll have to pick those up since everyone's talking about how good they are.
Yes. The Infinity Watch number 5. I'm actually digging this story. I didn't like it at first, and I actually really like it now.
Very cool.
Now on to DC with Absolute Wonder Woman number 8.
I've been liking that book a lot. That's a great alt cover.
Did you see they're reprinting the first 3 issues of the Absolute Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman with connecting Mark Spears covers?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Speaking of, you'll be seeing him in a minute. But these next 2 are cover of the year candidates. Actually, there's one more in here, and it's going to kill me at the end of the year to pick one who I want to win. But Green Arrow 24.
That's a good cover.
That's a great
really
cover.
good.
And then speaking of Mark Spears, we have Green Lantern number 23.
That's a great cover too.
I saw that and thought you would be getting that. Yeah.
All right, we have Superman number 26.
There we go. Hey, girls.
Yeah.
What's up, girl?
What up?
What's up?
What up?
The Flash number 21.
Yeah, I like the Speed Force. Yeah, the lightning bolts on that.
One I don't know why I'm still getting, but I'm getting it because of the fact that I have them all, almost all. Harley Quinn 51.
I know how that goes.
Like Gary now.
But when you have, it is tough though when you have them all to,
Right. Here's a cool cover.
At least that's a good cover though.
Yeah, here's a cool trippy cover. This is Absolute Martian Manhunter number 3.
That is a very trippy cover. All the covers were trippy to that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Still a good story. It's not Martian Manhunter, but it's still a good story.
Yeah, I agree with that. It is not Martian Manhunter.
Yeah. Justice League Unlimited number 7.
That's a good cover.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Trinity.
The story's been amazing.
Yeah, I dig that story too. It's been very good.
This is a connecting cover, Batman 160.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I read that. Speaking of, I read that issue of Wonder Woman, the one that came out last week. I like that one line in it when Bruce is like kind of still all delirious, and Diana, says something like she has a question for him, and he goes, "I let Dick pick his own costume."
Yes.
Who knew that he was going to go full circus with it?
Yes.
I love that line.
Tom King's got to have been sitting on that line for a while, so that was great. Yeah.
Give me 1 second here. All right. So another Bermejo cover that I had to get, wasn't even on the shelf. I had to order this one. But this is Batman 160 as well.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's a great cover.
It's like Speeding Bullets type
That's
of
gonna
thing.
say
Yeah.
it reminds me of Speeding Bullets.
And then for my last one this week, Owen Gary's gonna love it.
Oh, there we go.
Nice.
Limited Collector's Edition, facsimile, Superman and Shazam, number 58.
Shazam!
So Zion.
And it's
big
Slabbed.
blue and the big red cheese.
Yes.
I agree with you, Talking Geek. I dropped Flash a few months ago, and just it was before the costume, but the story was just I just
Terrible.
couldn't take it anymore.
Terrible.
Which
Yeah.
sucked because I've been buying Flash for like 20 years, and I just couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah. I'm still getting it, not enjoying the book, but
Yeah.
you said dick pic.
It's
Look at them. They're
Pam
right
also
there.
gets a bet.
Snap.
All right, Sal.
All right. So yep, I picked up a lot of stuff that I don't normally get, but it looked pretty cool. So we'll start off with Dark Honor.
Mm-hmm.
The artwork is pretty cool. I mean, this is a particular nice little splash page with some shooting up type situation. But I really liked the issue for, or the picture for issue number 2 that they have in the back. Check out that. That looks pretty wicked.
Oh, that does look cool.
Yeah, that looks good.
So I haven't read it yet, but I'll let you know how that story goes. Void Rivals. Also got that. Great story. I picked up Medieval Spawn 1 and 2 because I saw them. I saw number 2, and I'm like, wait a minute, how did I miss number 1?
Yeah.
So I ran to the shelf and picked up Medieval Spawn number 1 as well. Got The Killer Affairs of State 2.
That's actually a good book.
Yeah, I haven't read that yet, but I'll check that out. Okay, so I got the Batman Hush 160. My name is J-Doe, and I want some grub. Yep, he does. That's exactly what he does.
It is.
I got the Mr. Terrific number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe I forgot to pick that up. I even was looking at it on the shelf and thinking about like, oh, I need to get that.
So, like Jamie picked up the Green Arrow cover. Wicked. Definitely a contender for cover of the year. Also got X-Men number 15. Eddie Brock Carnage number 4. Great story. Great story.
It has been.
Yeah. Predator versus Spider-Man number 2. It's just the first issue just blew my mind with the Predator. If you haven't read that yet, you have to, because it's just wow.
I wanted that cover, but I couldn't get it. But I'm happy to just read it.
Okay. I also got Venom Original Sin, of course.
Oh, great Jack-o'-lantern.
Yep.
Is that still the Mary Jane Venom?
No. This is different. This is Original Sin, so the story is a bit different, and it's not the Mary Jane Venom. So
Okay.
I don't want to spoil plot that, but I read it. It's good. Yeah, just read it because it's not the Mary Jane Venom. So I'll leave it at that. Ultimate Spider-Man number 17. Yep. And I picked up Daredevil Cold Day in Hell issue 2.
I've been seeing a lot of people loving that book.
Yeah.
I like it.
And that's it for my pulls this week. I got some back issues show, but we'll do that on the
Rewind.
On the rewind.
All right. Brandon,
what did you
All
get?
right, so you guys know that like I live in the middle. I'm not close to a comic shop, so I don't do polls or weekly. But I've just been kind of amassing stuff, both new and old, mostly new. But I knew I wanted to get this series when it came out, and I had some credits on Whatnot from like people using my affiliate link. So I didn't pay for these. They were the blind bags, the Battle Beast blind bags. And
oh my
god.
Oh, shit.
I'm so glad we're like, what? We're 49 minutes into the show.
Weinstein is an ugly mother humper,
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
So I lucked out. I got the Battle Beast cover A,
Okay,
so I
cool.
could have the first one to read. I love the art in here. I mean, I'm a fan of Kirkman and Otley anyways, since the Invincible stuff, and I love the Battle Beast character. So I like that they're going into his world in this. The art is great. I enjoy how they wrote him and the characters around him. And so I got 4 bags in all, and luckily out of the second one, I got the second issue. It's like the
Nice.
advanced edition that you had a chance to get. So I was able to read the first 2 issues, and then I talked to an LCS. I'm just going to start like doing like a pull is shipped to me, so I can get more books like you guys. It's just the easier thing to do. And then I did in the 2 other bags. I got this awesome Arthur Adams variant cover.
Oh, that's a great cover.
Yeah.
Fantastic, sick Battle Beast cover, and then a hot artist too, David Finch.
Oh, look at that!
That is amazing.
And these are little
cover.
figures, right? Weren't these little figures the Battle Beast?
Uncle Gary, it's funny you say that because this reminds me of the Battle Beast figures from the 80s, and one of the main figures was a lion that looks just like him, except the lion in the Battle Beast from the 80s has what's his name? Chris just distracted me. has an eye patch. Has an eye patch. So
Chris is going to make a Brandon now. Be careful.
Gary, I haven't read it, but I guarantee they pulled some inspiration from that toy line.
I have a box of those little figures.
They're awesome. I loved them as a kid. They all had like wood, water, or air.
Yeah, it was the stickers that you had to put your thumb over and hold it on there, and then the heat from your thumb would reveal what it was.
And it was holograms because it was 80s. So I really like where this is going. Can't wait to keep reading that.
That bench cover. Oh man,
I know it's sick. And then this is obviously.
I watched the video that you did, discussing the whole
blind bags, like FOMO of them and stuff. Yeah, like. I wouldn't buy reprints probably like that. Like a lot of this stuff is reprints. I probably just wouldn't buy that. But like since this was a new series, I was like, oh well, I'll just get them. Pirate Lion, that's what it was. Yeah, exactly, Pam.
But yeah, you were right that there's going to be so many of those A covers that are just because I saw people saying like, oh, I bought 100 packs, I bought 200 packs, and this like
right. So what happens with the non-desirables? It becomes pretty wasteful. So. Don't think I'll buy them again. Like I said, credits and something to talk about. This was obviously from a couple weeks ago, but it's the variant cover of the first issue of Predator vs. Spider-Man.
That is nice.
Huge Predator fan, and when I've been reading also the Aliens vs. Avengers series.
Mm-hmm.
That's big.
I've been reading that, and that really introduced me to Hickman and how beautiful he could write and tell a story. And like it's only a 4-issue limited series, so when I saw other of my horror sci-fi characters crossing into Marvel, like. They all own the property's owned by Disney now. So I was like, all right, let's do this. And this went gory. Like I couldn't believe how I was like, this isn't for kids. Like this is not. They're doing the Predator justice. So those
did you see they did a what if alien book that was a couple issues, and it was what was the name of Paul Rudd's character in the second movie? I can't remember, but the story is basically like, what if his character had survived and he co-wrote the book with it too, and then I think it was 3 or 4 issues.
Ooh, I got to check that out now. I do remember Pocket Monsters, Chris. That was a horrible advertising name. This was gifted to me by a friend of my channel, Chris Parker, who watched a lot of stuff, but I heard this was really good.
That's my favorite book.
So he's like just think like 80s toy action figure line, kind of like with the masks kind of stuff. So this is the next on my reading docket. I've just been like, I have a whole, just like you guys, a stack now of stuff I'm trying to read through. And then I have like novels on the side that I'm reading through too. So like, it's just, instead of scrolling at night, I've just been reading for like a half hour to an hour every night. And you can go through some comics quick, but this was gifted. And then these came from another friend of the channel. So I want to read these just because they are the nostalgic older stuff, but Monsters on the Prowl. So that's the cover to Tales to Astonish 34.
Yeah.
There's a monster at my window. So this is the Marvel reprint, but then he also gave me you'll love these, Uncle Gary, right in your wheelhouse. Unexpected issue 210. Great vampire book. I love, Marvel was reprinting a lot of their Silver Age pre-hero monster stuff in the Bronze Age, but DC was really coming out with like some original new stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Tower of Shadows may have been the only Marvel one that was.
Yeah.
And I'm still buying them because the covers are cool. But DC was the gold standard in the Bronze Age for horror.
It really was, and I love it. I love it anytime I can get it. Creatures on the Loose issue 12. This is a reprint of Journey into Mystery 69, which is actually the first comic. That comic features the first M for Marvel logo on that. It's like a very small M for Marvel
Nice.
Comics. Yeah, I've got the original up there. I do like with all these reprints, they change the colors of everything.
Mhm.
Or like when they reprinted Monsters on the Prowl with Zemnu the Titan on it, they didn't call it the Hulk because
Right.
from the time Journey to Mystery 62 came out with the prototype, and then they came out with the actual Hulk, and they were like, okay, we're just going to call him the Titan. So the creativity of the publishers was awesome. And then this is also one right in Gary's wheelhouse, and I love books like this. Unexpected number 157.
100-page.
I love when there's a bunch of different like sci-fi. This reminds me of the Twilight Zone, kind of. One of my favorite Twilight Zone episodes, Uncle Gary, is when the airliner goes back in time.
The Odyssey of Flight 33.
There we go. And they fly over the dinosaurs, and it's the great claymation Harryhausen-esque dinosaurs. Yep. So this reminds me of that. I can't wait to get into that.
Well, the first thing they flew back in time, they flew over the New York World's Fair.
Yes.
And they went further back, and
they get into that vortex. They're smoking in the cockpits. It's great.
John Anderson was the pilot.
Yes. Oh, it was fantastic.
Good.
That's my favorite episode from back in the day. And then the last thing I got that was from a friend was the Deceased issue 1.
Nice. Wow,
look at the sketch cover. The Miko Swine sketch cover. Just a beautiful Harley Quinn.
That is gorgeous, Brandon.
Yes.
Wow.
This was a variant cover from Unknown Comics. The Deceased covers are all awesome.
Yeah, every single one. I bought way too many.
Is fire, but this one was especially awesome.
That is spectacular. And the red really sticks out, man.
It really does. So that's oh my God, Chris is killing me tonight. My face is gonna have perma smile. So that's what I got, guys. Not a ton, but I'm working on getting the
good stuff, man.
Yeah,
great stuff, Brandon.
Oh, it's
awesome.
Fun.
Yeah.
All right, Dan.
All right, so yeah, I haven't read most of the new stuff I got this week. I only had a chance to read a few of them, but I'll start with DC. I got the Justice League Unlimited number 7. That's continuing that crossover with the World's Finest. That's been pretty cool. Got the Superman 26.
Oh yeah.
I also got Green Arrow 24, but I got the A cover. But I really dig the A cover. I like
I do too.
I like the the impact of him just kind of sitting there. If you read the story, you get what it is with the mask, with the arrow in it, and then just that trail of blood and him kind of sitting there. And I said it. You've been saying for months. I dig that the Green Arrow now is getting back to is I love that the Green Arrow is getting back to like the socially conscious, the way the character used to be when Grell did it. When Hard Traveling Heroes and stuff.
Yep, Adams and O'Neill.
Yeah. Batman 160.
I like that cover.
Yeah, this is a cool cover. I haven't got a chance. The other ones are the only ones I've read yet. I haven't got a chance to read the rest. Also got the new Void Rivals.
You guys highly recommend that series, huh? The Void Rivals is hot.
Anything Energon universe has been
Energon, okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and especially if you like the G1 Transformers and GI Joe and stuff. It's a lot more Transformers in this, tying into this than GI Joe, but there's a little bit of that, and it's just been a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Hornsby and Halo number 7.
I love this book.
Stuff is good. So I don't know if you heard of this one, Brandon. It's another one of the
writing it down.
It's
just write down Ghost Machine.
Yeah, it's the Ghost Machine imprint, though Johns isn't writing this. It's Peter Tomasi that's writing it. So it's about these two kids. The girl is the little devil. The boy is the little angel. And when it starts, there's this deal made between heaven and hell where they take the two little babies and they put them on Earth for human couples to raise that can't have kids. And they give the little boy that's an angel to this couple to raise that are like horrible people and they're like grave robbers. And they give the little girl that's a little like demon princess, they give her to this couple that's like super nice, and they are like missionaries, and they donate their time and they do all this charity work. And then it's all this, this grand experiment of like the nature versus nurture thing with it.
That sounds right. Oh,
I
that
kind of
sounds
like
interesting.
Trading Places.
Yeah, it's a fun book. Yeah, Tomasi's good. I loved his old Green Lantern Corps book.
Yeah.
And yep, also got Hyde Street. Loving this book.
I wrote that down. That looks interesting.
Yeah, loving this. And I, just look at the back too. There's a Hyde Street miniseries coming out.
Yeah,
too.
4 issue.
That'd be cool. Got the Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger #6. And the back of it, the cover for the next issue looks really cool.
Yeah,
it does. That's awesome.
And Defenders of the Earth #7. One more issue to go in this. I think it's an 8-issue series. So one more to go for that. And then for Marvel, I don't know why I've got Ultimate Spider-Man on my pull list. I was just looking in here. They didn't put it in my box, so I'm going to have to stop by and, ask them, where's my copy of it? But I got the Todd Knock iconic variant cover for Giant Size X-Men 1.
Nice.
Really pretty much just got it because of the cover. I'll read it, but really got it because this cover is badass. And and I did the interview with him the other week, and it's on our channel, and go check it out. He is one of the nicest guys, one of the nicest creators I ever talked to.
He smiled the whole interview.
Yeah, dude, he was so fun to talk to. He was such a super nice guy. Daredevil Cold Day in Hell #2. Loved the first issue of this. Really excited to read this one. And then the last new issue I got is Wolverine and Kitty Pryde #2, which I like the first issue, so I'm looking forward to that. And then I got back issues when we swing back around. Do you want me to show off the giveaway books for next month's giveaway?
Wait till this week.
Okay.
Because I'm going to post everything tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow, look at the time. Tomorrow is today.
No, tomorrow is an hour or 55 minutes for me.
He's got a point. That's true.
So,
very true.
Uncle Gary.
All right. First, do any of y'all have Hyde Street 1 close by?
I can grab it real quick.
Yeah, let Dan grab it. So when we get to Hyde Street, I want Dan to read something. I was looking for mine, and I can't find it quick enough when we get there. So,
the intro?
The intro, it's for Brandon, because there's a new intro on this week's stuff. But anyway, all right, so we'll do DC. Superman, really cool. I like the cover. Metamorpho, the Element Man.
I heard so much good about that. I might have to pick that up in trade.
It's just fun.
All those Todd Knock iconic variants, like, man, they're so good. And I like that it's just the white background, because it really makes the whatever character he does just pop.
Yep. And the Harley Quinn, the regular cover. The one Jamie got so much better, but I'm a sucker that always has to have the A cover.
Right.
The Green Lantern A cover is pretty good.
No, and that's our thumbnail for
Spectre, baby.
Yeah, that was our thumbnail for this week.
I can't wait to read it because Spectre's. Oh my gosh, I like Dan. Think this is a really good. I love the starkness of this and the blood trail and the
So yeah, I found it.
Okay, good. When I get to Hyde Street, I'm going to ask you to read the introduction so we can set Brandon up the right way. This has been a fun crossover with World's Finest. A lot of fun. Time travel, Gorilla Grodd doing his little mental machinations. Really good. Peacemaker presents the Vigilante double feature. This is just an insane book. The last Peacemaker book was really insane. Absolute Wonder Woman. I really, really like this title. It's my favorite of the absolute ones.
I was about to say that's my top for
all of them. I'm not sure what I'm doing with this book because I'm not sure about this book, but it's trippy.
Keeping me interested.
It's like you said, it's not the Martian Manhunter.
No. Hold the cover up again. Yeah, I mean, I've looked at the covers on the shelves and I picked up 1 or 2 issues and flipped through it, and it all looks like really surreal.
It is. It's very trippy. Not quite my style, but I'm still getting it. And then Mr. Terrific, and his Chris, where you at? Him and Mr. Terrific and his T-balls. So, so I guess he can, when he teabags with his T-balls. So, there we go. I also got this because this is one of the few. Look at the back. Look how cool this is. This is one of the few of those original. Come on, man.
That's cool.
That's awesome. This is one of, and we got Mary Marvel and Supergirl in here. Yeah. This is one of the few of these DC Treasuries I do not have, the original. Oh. So there's I think there's about 9 of these left, and I don't have the original of this, which I will rectify it at some point. But I can't have everything right off the bat. We'll do Marvel. It's my timeless variant, Nick Fury.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Which book was that for?
Deadpool Wolverine. Yeah, Deadpool Wolverine, and then little Black Goliath.
That's cool.
That's cool.
It's from the Avengers.
Beautiful.
Hopefully, he doesn't have the midriff missing on this one. That's just a terrible. That's a terrible look. It's like, remember, who's the Dallas running back?
Ezekiel Elliott.
Zeke, when he was drafted, had the half shirt on under his suit. It was ridiculous.
Or that terrible Thor costume from the 90s.
Yeah. Giant size X-Men. There were a couple other covers that I almost bought just because Thunderbird was on it. I'm a sucker for Thunderbird, but I just couldn't pull. I just didn't. I pulled back because I didn't need 3 of those. Daredevil, Cold Day in Hell. Yeah, the Fury cover is pretty awesome. Also, Uncanny X-Men. Now, I haven't read any of these this week. I still haven't read all last week's books. I am, like I said, I'm struggling with my time lately. Been a busy guy. Kitty Pryde Wolverine. I did like the first issue of that. And I think Talking Geek said earlier that this is the best Spider-Man title out there right now, and he's absolutely 100% right. Yeah. In my opinion, it is. Also, the Avengers. And I don't think this is absolutely a great book, but I'll buy any Werewolf by Night book to support it. So,
I read one of those issues just to pick it up. I wasn't a fan of the art.
Yeah, I wasn't either. The story wasn't that great either. And
yeah.
And one thing I'm sick of these red band things. Quit giving me the damn book that, if I don't have scissors right next to me, I'm pulling the thing open carefully. I'm bending the book to get the damn thing out because I don't feel like walking across the room to get scissors and all that. It is a pain in the ass. And the gore, the gore is not enough that it wouldn't be in a regular book anyway.
No. So, Agreed.
It's just a gimmick. It's nothing but a gimmick. Oh, it's got the red band. So, and I know the new Punisher is going to be a red band, and it's just like, all right.
I hope the Punisher one at least takes advantage of it.
Yep. So, Defenders of the Earth, Jim Calafiore, who will be at Comic Logic next week, pencils that. Like Dan, Hornsby and Halo. Digging it. Love this book. It's a lot of fun. Brandon, you can't go wrong if you pick up any Ghost Machine book. I imagine you got your Green Lantern card at your shop, right, Jamie?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I'm digging these Universal Monster books. So the Mummy.
That's a cool cover.
Yeah, that's the alternate cover. The A cover I didn't care for so much, so I went with the alternate on this one. Sometimes on the independent books, if I don't get the A cover, I'm all right with it. Prodigal Son. It's a Western. Written by Martin Cove, who, from Karate Kid. So, who, by all intents and purposes, not a good guy. All right.
That one Bill Hader story about him.
Yeah.
It's such a dick, but man, it's such a good story, too.
Mm-hmm.
The milkshake.
I've not read this book, but the cover had me.
Yes, that book, they sold out at my shop, and I needed one because I was going to get it. I've heard raving reviews about that book.
So I've not read it, but some of the interior art, it's got a style like some of the old DC horror guys in the 70s. I can't remember the fella's name that I want to say, but it really reminds me of him.
That looks cool.
So looks really good. Pale Night. Have not read it. Oh, the back cover is pretty cool too. So I look forward.
Man Cave is coming out with some killer books.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to reading that. All right. So as we get to Hyde Street here, Dan, would you read the introduction? The introduction on Hyde Street 1. And
Yes.
again, Jeff Johns is a huge fan of the Twilight Zone, and every word of the introduction is a loving tribute to it.
And this is the one, I guess, I haven't read the new one, so I guess you said they did a different one.
There's a different introduction in it, yeah.
But this was, Brandon, in the beginning of all the other issues. There is a street just around the corner, both familiar and unknown.
Mm-hmm.
A street branching off every small town square and cutting through every big city avenue. It is a place where the wicked and cruel are drawn to the crossroads of morality and madness, with the inevitable destination of not merely death, but something far worse. This is the street of men and monsters. It is a place we call Hyde Street.
I mean,
You sold?
Yeah, I mean it's right out of Twilight Zone. Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like I need to be like wearing a smoking jacket and sitting in a big, fancy Victorian chair reading that by a fireplace.
That's worth the price of admission alone.
Yeah,
And,
Rod Serling.
holding a drink as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
Rod Serling is a hero of mine.
Rod Serling's from Binghamton, New York.
Yes, he
Right down
is.
the road
And
from me.
I've been to. Oh, so you're close to Binghamton. They just dedicated a new statue there.
Mhm.
I have not seen the statue, but I've ridden the carousel there. And if you've seen the episode Walking Distance, where that's his most personal episode, where the kid goes back, the guy who's just had it, he's an ad exec, and he goes back in time to his hometown where there's a younger him. That carousel, that's the carousel from his youth. And it is just so poignant, so bittersweet. And Rod Serling's house is around the corner where he grew up. And that's kind of neat. And I've been in there's a like gazebo there that's got a little gold circular disc in there talking about Rod Serling. And the carousel was interesting story how that was donated to the town. You know, when Rod Serling before he was born by a well-to-do man, and he wanted it always to be free for the kids or anybody. It's always got to be free though. And his estate set that up. And it's just wonderful. And I saw where they dedicated the statue. So if I ever go back to Binghamton I have to go to see that again. So how far from you is that?
About 45 minutes.
Have you been there since they dedicated the statue?
I have not had a chance. Plan on going this summer. I plan on going down when it's nice weather. It's been horrible weather. So
he did write the Planet of the Apes screenplay. He won 5 Emmys. He also won for Patterns, and he won for the greatest play I've ever been a part. I had the lead in it, and it was Requiem for a Heavyweight, and it is wonderful. I was proud to use his words on stage, and Jack Palance did a wonderful job in it. It was a Playhouse 90 feature, and he was Mountain McClintock, the fighter at the end of his career, who he used to be a top contender, and now he wasn't, but he could sit there. He would take a beating, and he wouldn't go down. He wouldn't be knocked out, and he had a lot of dignity and class to him. And it's just a hell of a story. Requiem for a Heavyweight. I recommend it. There was a movie version I don't recommend as highly that Anthony Quinn was in, and Anthony played Mountain kind of like an ape, and I didn't like that. But the manager in the movie version was Jackie Gleason, and he was fantastic. But the Playhouse 90 version that won the Emmys that did so well was Jack Palance was just fantastic as Mountain. So anyway, Rod Serling, love his work. He's a hero. World War II vet, served in combat in the Pacific. You know why he smokes so much? World War II will do that to you. There's a great comic version called Twilight Man, I think, where it's a comic biography of him that was done a few years ago, and it has been it's been a really good it's a wonderful biography of him, done in a Twilight Zone. So, what's Chris saying now? Vita. Yeah, don't cry for me, Chris Athena. So there you go. But great stuff. Rod Serling, hero. Here's the newest Hyde Street. That's Mr. X-Ray right there. So the introduction of this is that's a little different. We've met the shady salesman, Mr. X-Ray, the sadistic scout Pranky, the tragic matinee monster, and the calculating Miss Goodbody, all of whom compete with the other residents for the one thing that allows them to escape, collecting 10,000 souls for the enigmatic scorekeeper. They don't all play nice. And you know who doesn't play nice the most?
Pranky is such a dick.
This little dick.
Such a dick.
Pranky. Here's the other cover. Pranky, little Cub Scout. You get 10,000 souls. You get released from Hyde Street. Pranky has way over 10,000 and won't leave. And these other people that want to be released there, these other souls that are trapped there, he keeps racking up kills and they can't get him. And this little sucker will not leave. He is right now, because they're not using Henry Peter Gyrich anymore. This is the biggest dick in comics, and he is a dick, and it's great. Pranky.
That looks awesome.
Well,
And
Will
the issue with where they showed the origin of the monster,
Yeah,
not what you would expect, but so good.
yeah.
so good.
I was gonna say, Mr. X-Ray. If they do a movie on this, the person that pops into my head every time is Christian Bale playing Mr. X-Ray.
Oh yeah, he could be great as Mr. X-Ray.
Like, I just look at it, I'm like, was it The Machinist?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
you're ever going to see him go through a transfer.
No, he's not
No.
going to do that. But Brandon, I hope you pick up,
It's on the top of my list now.
get those Hyde Street issues, dude. It is so
Yeah.
great. And I will tell you this, Pranky. Oh yeah, Pranky gets merit badges when he dispatches people, and all I'm going to tell you is he has a steamroller merit badge.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that great? Oh,
That's
shit.
great. Sounds like smart writing. Sounds like brilliant writing.
It is great writing, and the people that are getting dispatched have done some bad things in their lives. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah. So he's not picking on the innocent.
Love
Yeah,
it.
But it's a great book. I hope you pick it up. And I know you and I discussed one time your Love of Man thing. I was hoping I wanted you to read the first 10 issues of Swamp Thing and tell me what you thought. So that's still on the table. I want
yes.
to hear. You have to read House of Secrets 92 and then read those first 10 issues, and I want to hear from you after that. So
Yes, it is. He made me do the same thing, and it is brilliant.
it is Bernie, seeing Bernie at his best, buddy, and Len Wein's writing.
I got one of them. The one I just picked up, I got sitting right here. Was it the issue 5?
I have issue 5. Yep. So Brandon, when you got a chance, I know they're online. There've also been trades that collect it, a lot of hardcovers that collect it nicely. But just give them a read and then tell me what you think, man.
I might have to go with a trade route for
That's okay.
Space.
The Swamp Thing, the Bronze Age Volume 1 has the first 13 issues and the House of Secrets on it. Len Wein stayed through issue 13. Bernie Wrightson stayed through issue 10.
On it.
So it's the Bronze Age. It's trade paperback. Hopefully it's still available.
Yeah, I had to find a secondary.
Yep.
So
One thing I'll say, where you're talking about Hyde Street, one thing that's great about it too, it's not predictable. Like so you're reading it and you think like, oh, this character is going to do this or this is going to happen, and it's something that you completely don't expect.
And there's a Hyde Street adjacent special. What was the one with Mr.
Devour.
Devour.
Yeah, Devour. It happened on High Street.
Yeah, you need to get Devour too. It happened on Hyde Street. Devour. It's a 1 issue. So hopefully they haven't collected that yet, but if you don't get the single issues, I'm sure they'll collect those together. But oh man, the backstories on these residents of Hyde Street are pretty good.
All right, Sal, you got back issues, brother?
I do. All right, let's start off with some Green Lantern.
Ooh.
Green Latrine.
Number 6. I do believe that's the first
Oh,
time
that's
I read.
It is the first Tomoe. Nice.
All right.
Are these all the ones you said you got from that one seller?
Yeah.
Sal,
Yeah.
are you going to do the Green Lantern run?
Yeah, I will. Since I think I finish off the X-Men, I'll finish off GL. But I couldn't resist these. I got number 8.
Oh, that's a great cover. That's a tone cover. That's one of the tone covers.
Yep. Number 45.
That's
Oh.
nice.
And you got Alan Scott. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 81.
Oh, you got one of the Neil Adams ones. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, I think I got another one. Number 7.
Oh.
It's over there.
Man down.
Man down. Hold on. Time out. That one's ours.
My heart just stopped.
Chris, I thought I got you Devour. If I didn't, I'll have to look for it, man.
All good. Number 78.
Oh, there you
Put
go.
them in bags and boards, people.
Mhm.
Yep. All right. So speaking of completing X-Men, got number 32.
Oh, Jugs.
Got a little jug action.
Well, Jugs is going to be
We
our
love-
comic character of the week soon, right?
That's
do
right.
love
In 2
some good
weeks. 2
jugs.
weeks. In 2
I love
weeks.
Jugs.
So that brings my X-Men count now down to 17 issues left.
Nice.
Yep. And my slab of the day. Aquaman, number 35.
Nice.
First appearance of Black Manta.
First edition Dark Mana. Mm-hmm.
Was that 3.5? That's a
It's
nice
a 3.5.
Mhm.
That presents very well.
It
Yeah.
does. It does. So there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Wouldn't be a Slabatorium if I didn't have a slab.
That's
Mhm.
right.
All right. Well, Dan, you got any?
I do. So I got some back issues. I actually picked them up just this afternoon when I was out running errands. I got them off a guy on Facebook Marketplace who had posted in there that he had a bunch of comics that he was selling, and he happened to be local for here. And he sent a list that's like 70 pages long. He's selling most of his collection. Yeah, Black Manta's a great character.
Yes.
Mhm.
And selling most of his old collection.
Thanks, Pam.
He's
Thanks, Pam.
he's like keeping his keeping his Spider-Man and X-Men, and then the bigger keys that he has, but everything else is going. So went through the list, picked out some stuff, and he talked for a while. He's a really nice guy, and he said that he sold a few books and he'll ship stuff too, but he said that he sold some and there's just not he's not getting as much interest as he thought he would. So if anybody's interested, I told him I'd give him a shout out on here. So if you go on Facebook on Marketplace, it's this guy, it's RJ. It's RJ under comic books. If you can kind of see, he's got the old Ghost
There we go.
Rider cover for
Okay. Yep.
for his image there. But seek him out on there. He'll send you the list, and he's got some cool stuff, and he's got a bunch of other stuff on there I want to get to. I said, maybe my daughter's birthday party's tomorrow. I was like, maybe after that's all paid for and stuff, I'll see. And everything he's selling it for half fair market value,
Wow.
which everybody wants a deal, right? So I
Yep.
got G.I. Joe issue 2.
Ah, yeah.
Which I had issue 2, but I had a second print of it, so it's nice to have a first print of it again. One of my collecting goals this year was to have the first 100 issues of it, and I think I'm about 10 issues away, give or take 10 or 12 issues away. And most of those are actually issues in the 90s. I need a couple of the early ones, and then most of the rest of the stuff in the 90s. And continuing my, what I'm starting to think was kind of an insane idea to, he did have some DC. I can't remember exactly what it was, but he did have a lot of DC in there. It was mostly Marvel and DC stuff. It was, stuff from like the 70s and 80s, a little bit in the 90s. But, my insane idea of like, I'm going to do a complete run of Avengers Volume 1. So I got a few more for that. I got
Nice.
issue 50.
I love that. That's when the Avengers were down to just Hawkeye, Wasp, and Giant Man, and in through the door walks Hercules. Yeah.
And this, I did have a copy of this, but the copy I had was like, I must have, it was really beat up and like, and dirty and kind of moldy looking. So, as a nice looking copy there. And then 210 with
The Beast. Look at the Beast as an Avenger.
Oh God.
Wow,
No,
Sal,
thank you.
how did that happen? Oh, I know. He wanted to live his best life.
Yeah.
and 215. And these are all like really nice, nice crisp copies too.
Mm-hmm.
Gary has it. Of course, Gary has it. Gary's got them all.
I got them all, baby.
216, 232, where this guy joins the team.
Star Fox. Eros.
And then I got some Marvel team ups. starting with issue
Number 1. Look at that.
Yeah,
Nice.
That's a
Great.
big book.
yeah, great deal on this too.
That's a big deal.
Yeah,
Big book.
yeah, no shit, Chris.
I finished those a year ago. Yeah.
That stupid bike ass. Yeah, where it's just let's take up like a huge chunk of real estate.
Oh, I know.
A
And now-
huge chunk of real estate on the top of the cover. But yeah, Marvel Team. So I definitely was excited to jump on that because
Hey, number 1 is number 1, my man.
yeah, there's a few of them in the run that are a little pricey. There's issue 1. There's the black costume one. There's the first Mockingbird one. So to get this for a really good price, I was super happy. 86.
Nice. The stupid First Right Rabbit's even a little price to it.
Yeah, Chris, Star Fox it's somewhat of a problematic character looking at it through today's eyes.
Yeah, little.
87.
Yeah, that's a cool cover.
Yeah.
88.
I like that.
And what's cool about this series too is I think Spider-Man teamed up with every member of the Fantastic Four, but did it all individually. Like he teamed up with Invisible Girl in here, and
I saw an online
Torch, Mr.
cartoon this week where the Human Torch is busting into, I guess, Reed's.
Oh yeah.
I said, "Where's my sister at?" And she's invisible, sitting on his face. He goes, "Oh no!"
His face is all mashed down.
Yeah.
89.
Yeah.
90.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
93.
I love that cover.
Sweet.
Yeah,
One,
that's
yeah.
a good one. That's
I
a
think
good
it's
one.
interesting. It's just werewolf. It's not werewolf by night.
Well,
And then, and then I had told him too. I said, yeah, when I sent him the list of stuff and he gave me the price, I'm like, yeah, that's good. He goes, is there anything else? I was like, you got a bunch of Captain Americas on there I want to get. I was like, but I'll wait until, a little bit later if you still have them, after this. So he just gave me this one for free and said, hey, you said you like Cap. So here's so here's kind of a freebie, number 202.
Nice.
Nice.
Did you have it?
No, I didn't have that one. That was actually one of the ones that was on the, I went through his list and I wrote down all the ones I needed. And that was one of them. So, yeah, that was super nice. And like I said, talked to him for a few minutes. Really nice guy. So, great prices. I highly recommend if anybody's looking to get, some like 70s, 80s Marvel and DC stuff, that he's got a lot of cool books on there. He had a lot of Daredevil, had a lot of Cap, like I said, that I'm gonna try and go back and get.
I'll have to check them out then. I'll check it
All
out.
right. Brandon, I saw you pulling books. You got some?
Yeah, I got like just a very small stack of
right.
what I went after for back issues the past couple weeks. This was recommended to me, and I saw 3 of them for sale on eBay. I've got to get the last 2, but it's F. Paul Wilson's The Keep. I don't know if you guys ever read this. It's put up by IDW. Forgot what year it's from, but it's really cool vampire story. And one of the artists, the main artist is, I think it's Matt Smith, but he worked on Hellboy, and you can see how it's very similar, the art. And they only use like a few colors in this book, which I love. And it's basically Nazis roll up on this keep, and they're told not to touch the crosses by the caretaker, and they do, and all hell breaks loose. So anytime you got Nazis getting killed in a comic, it's great stuff.
Absolutely.
And the last issues of that.
You got vampires and Nazis, and the vampires are the good guys.
I know, I love it. Always, whoever's fighting was the good guys. And then another one Uncle Gary will like, House of Secrets 98.
Oh, look at
There
that.
you go.
Very close, 6 off from the big issue, but this one was a really nice shape. Any kind of the red trade dress is awesome on this.
Yeah.
And I know the stories are going to be great in this. So pick that up. This one just kind of fell into my lap, and I didn't know how rare it was. But now, like, it's kind of like gained notoriety, like over the past few months. I got it at a better price, but it's Dark Horse Presents 137.
Ooh.
And this is the last Predator story in Dark Horse Presents, and it's really hard to find. And this is, of course, like an anthology, how all Dark Horse Presents are. But the Predator story in this, it's all black and white. And the Predator story in this is like my favorite Predator, one of my top 2 favorite Predator short stories.
Nice.
Again, Nazis.
With Ron
Nazis
Mars?
show up. Yeah. Ron Mars is on it, and they show up in South America, and they slaughter this whole Aztec village except for this boy that they want to lead him to this treasure, and he takes him to the cave where the treasure is, and that's when my boy shows up and just takes them all out. But really cool story, beautiful artwork in that.
Had you read it before getting that?
I had not read it, and now I've read it 3 times.
Nice.
Just people said it was a great story. I have not read the other stories in it yet, though. I just read the Predator story.
What did you think of the trailer for the new Predator movie?
I mean, you're always going to get mixed reviews. I think, as the movie The Predator that came out was awful, like years ago, like I don't know what year it was, 2018 maybe.
Yeah, that was one with Thomas Jane.
Yeah. That really stunk. I liked Prey a lot. I liked the idea of it. I think Dan Trachtenberg has a good vision. I don't think people should jump on it. Yeah, I'm happy to see anything come out, So I'm actually interested in The Killer of Killers, which is the Hulu series that's coming out. And it's a 3-story series, and it focuses on predators during World War II, Japan, feudal samurai Japan, and the Viking time. So they're going to tell these animated, and everyone's busting on it because it's animated. But what people don't realize is animated can do so much more in the realm of like gory and being just disgusting because it's not a movie, So I'm really pumped for that. And because it's comic adjacent, I just finished reading this Predator If It Bleeds. If anyone's a Predator fan, Predators was excellent, Chris. I like that movie. But if anyone's a Predator fan, this is all just famous writers and I forgot how many stories are here. It's 458 pages, but they're all short stories, like 15-page Predator short stories, whether it was in the Civil War or Japan or a freighter in space or Xeno Homeworld. Like it's great stories and great writing. So like I was bouncing back and forth between comics and this, and I finally knocked that off.
Nice.
The last book, this is the biggest book I've got this year. I don't know if I'll top it, but it reminded me of Uncle Gary and the era we're going to go into his showcase. I've only gotten 2 really bigger books this year. I got Strange Tales 169, first Brother Voodoo. And then I got this. So Marvel Mystery Comic.
That's awesome. I remember the video when you got it. So cool.
What number is that?
57. So I always wanted a Schomburg cover, and I've just been like laying in wait, trying to find one that I could afford that looked, for a 1.0. All the damage is really on the back with a piece missing and stuff. So I wanted a sweet, some kind of Human Torch, bondage, torture cover. It has it all.
Schomburg loved his bondage covers. Damien got the famous bondage one that's so expensive, the Suspense.
Yes.
And that was a grail for his. And I'm like you. I'm always looking for a great book like that that's got a defect in it that is going to bring it down, but the cover is going to look great.
Yeah.
I'll show you an all-star like that when we do, tonight.
Yeah. So this led me towards the Uncle Gary showcase. Wanted to see more of that stuff. So
that's impressive. I love that. Good. Great book.
Thank you, Gary.
Yeah, I was when I watched
your
video when you had that.
44.
So jealous.
The oldest book in my collection. I've got a couple pulps from 46, 47, but that's the oldest book in my collection now, and it's one of my favorites. Thank you. That's what I got.
You ever get down here in Northern Virginia, we can.
I'm telling you, like Baltimore Con, maybe the next one in 2026, and get to hang out. That would be serve dual purposes. I would get to see all you guys too.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Well, if you do the Baltimore Con, you make a side trip here, and we can dig into some boxes, buddy.
Oh God, yeah.
Dig into all. I own every DC Bronze Age horror book.
I would just be down there for hours.
That's what it's.
I'll be like Keanu Reeves in The Matrix when they just plug him in, and he's 11 hours straight. He's a machine. Yeah.
Even if you watch that video that me and Sal went the first time we went there, and we filmed like everything that's there. Even watching that still doesn't do it justice to like seeing it in person.
Yeah, 100%.
The bell I sold my Ultimate Spider-Mans and FFs and X-Men, from the 90s, that Ultimate line, to Tom Cellini of Comics and Gaming. He said he asked to see some of my Golden Age stuff, and he's been in the business as a dealer for years. He said it's really cool for him to hold books he's never held before, and this is a dealer. So that's kind of neat when you can show something like that. Yep, Chris got that all-star from 41.
Yeah. Uncle Gary, you got some?
Yeah, I got some back issues. I got a few today. So I'm a sucker for a good flying saucer cover, so I have that today.
Oh yeah,
That's cool.
Oh, gold key, nice.
Yeah, the eight is on the bag, so it's not on the thing. But who is blacking out our cities? Chris saw this and said, "I'd have dropped that flashlight." But
The cover art on those old gold key books was always so
yeah,
good.
that is so good. But look, I'm messing with the power grid, man. Come on, can't do that. It's like the Twilight Zone. The monsters are coming. Monsters are coming on Maple Street. All right.
yes,
Kubert goodness, Unknown
Nice.
Soldier.
those are always great.
Yep, 259. I got 3 of these I needed. 254. Yep. You know why, Chris? It's the girth. All right. 267. Okay, so we talk Nazis, right?
You know, they say it's not the size of your collection that counts; it's how you use it.
That's how you move it. That's
That's
right.
how
I
you
use
use
mine
it,
really
baby.
well. So Nazis are bad enough. A Nazi ringmaster? Come on, man. Come on. Yeah. It can't. I mean, that's bad. A Nazi ringmaster, he is up to absolutely no good. So got some Nazi action, and continuing in that trend, our Army at War 143. So that's love it.
Right.
Army at War 148.
Oh, that's a cool cover.
That is.
I like that.
So they did.
It's a book on a book.
Yep,
It's a book.
147 was like this, but with a blue cover, like it was a blue bound book like
Yeah.
that. So that they bookended one another. Here's 165, great with a black cover that looks pretty good with the go-go.
Yeah.
The Iron Major, who was his, Rock's nemesis. 184. There we go. Yeah, Nazi ringmaster, prick. House of Mystery, 114.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that was kind of neat. House of Mystery, 139. Yeah, the rays of the great idol's orb are turning those 2 intruders into beasts that will soon destroy one another. So there we go. The idol,
Pretty
idol
cool.
taking care of the outsiders.
Mm.
And then, Brandon, I made after I completed House of Secrets a few years ago, I made the incredibly insane decision that not only am I going to complete Unexpected now, I'm going to complete House of Mystery. So that's why I'm getting these, which is insane. So the later, and that includes I have to get these stupid dial
Yeah.
I hate these.
Your
I
favorite
hate these.
one.
There's like 15 of these suckers or so. I hate these. I have a few more to get. And I have to get the first one, which is, of course, a little bit of coin. And then the other one I have to get is the plastic. Yep. Chris, I'm with you there. Is the Plastic Man issue, which Robbie Reed turns the dial and becomes Plastic Man. And that's the first DC Plastic Man, after they bought the rights.
I'm
And
trying
this-
to find Sergeant Rock 408. Sergeant Rock 408 from 1986 is the one that one of the characters is reading in Predator. He's sitting in a helicopter reading it, so I need that book.
Yep.
Yeah, that was
Shane Black.
Shane
Black.
Black, the guy
Yep.
that wrote Monster Squad, and he wrote and directed Iron Man 3 and Kiss
And unfortunately, the Predator, which was
Yeah.
But yes, he has a great list.
2 books that are killing me. I know Chris loves Dial H. I hate it. Two books that are killing me are Sergeant Rock 323 and 320. I get those books. I jump down like 80 issues. I jump back 80 issues till I need another one. This I just thought was really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's great Tomahawk cover. He's broken off the stalagmite. And
Pam, I love the reference.
yeah.
OG Ben 10. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just really dug that cover. So the Tomahawks, at the end of the Tomahawk run, Adams did about 15 covers and Kubert did about 8. And I'm trying to get all of those. But every now and then I see another one. So Tom Cellini, who came by and I sold those books to. Well, before I do that, Chris gave me something today too. He gave me this signature of Michael Walsh, which is a creator on the Frankenstein.
Oh, that's cool.
And so Chris had this signed plate that he gave me. And then Tom Cellini gave me this Sex in the Comics book.
Mm.
Oh,
Could have been by Maurice Horney. That would have been better. But Sex in the Comics. This is just great.
Hello.
Oh, saw a little bit of bosom on the back. Oh well. And it's just let's see. I don't see anything bad there. But anyway, I look
Joseph
forward to
Predator sneaking
Don't-
up on Jamie.
Don't worry about it, Chris. It's okay.
yeah. I look so it's got a lot of salacious things. Let's see. God, here's a page I can show. There we go. So anyway, I look forward to reading.
It does.
Delving into Sex in the Comics. So
Oh, you want to do a showcase that are Brandon? You got to do the the books that you can't show.
Oh yeah.
I can't show the lick lap cover.
Yeah.
You know. So that's it for new books, and then after that, I guess it's showcase time, baby.
Yeah. Well, let's wrap this one up then. Let's get everybody back to where they were. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us again. Make sure to stick around for Uncle Gary's showcase immediately following this.
Wow, there you go. Beavers like wood, right?
Yep.
It's okay. We probably lost everything in this episode from the beginning. Well, Brandon, thank you again for joining us for this.
Thank you.
Everybody, once again, stick around for Uncle Gary's showcase. It's going to be a fun one. Is there a secret word for this one?
Golden, baby.
All right. Let me get you all sized up there and sail. Go for it.
All right, here we go.
All right. Today's showcase, we are dealing with some golden age goodness, and this episode is for Brandon because he had a request, and so we're going to show him some beautiful golden age books. Here's one I got recently. Again, stupidly, I decided I'm going to get every issue of Unexpected.
Oh.
So here we go. There's
Nice.
Unexpected #1, and I had from 99 up, and I have all the so that predates the Bronze Age. That's still a silver up, but now I'm going to go back and get all the damn Unexpecteds I needed. So when you get #1, then I get motivated to do it.
I was with him when he bought that too. I like when you show off stuff. I'm like, I was there when you bought that.
There when
I
I got
got
that's
part of
right. I
this
got that
story.
stuff show.
In my
I got this from Damien with a stack of books. I upgrade books, part of the sickness, but I had a stack. Thank you. But I had a stack of books that I traded to Damien, and this is pretty much what I got. Look at that.
Ooh.
So Brandon, I know you like the Atlas monsters and all that. This is some pretty cool stuff that DC had going on at that time.
I've always loved those covers like that for sure.
Murphy, yep. He was a victim of the strangest hunter of all time, the monster that fished for men. Yeah, look at that. You think you're fishing, buddy? I got you. So
She doesn't seem too concerned. She's like, hey.
hey, what happened? Number 21, and this one is a bit scarce. Okay, well, this one has a number, but the early issues like Aquaman 1 doesn't have a number on it. The JLA 1 doesn't have a number on it. Green Lantern 1, and that's because that's $225. That's $225. I didn't pay that for it. I got a better deal, but is because when the newsstand distributors or the distributors would take them to the shops that were selling the comics, and a lot of times the guys were bringing the new inventory, and they go, "Hey, wait a minute! If I've been getting that book, I don't want any new books. I don't want you to give me anything I haven't been getting." And so, no, there's no #1 on it. So that's what they would do. And a lot of times these books, when they were doing Showcase and Brave and the Bold, they'd already had these titles because those were tryout books, and so then they'd segue to the #1, and they said, "No, you've been getting that." So there you go. This fooling the merchants is what they were doing. Brandon, this isn't a Golden Age book, but I love it so much. This is silver. I just thought you would dig it. I don't know that I got to show it to you before. It's House of Mystery 127, and it's the Cosmic Game of Doom. And it says, I bet you one Earthling.
Never seen that one, but oh my God, talk about an unbelievable cover idea.
Isn't that great? I bet you one Earthling. Look at all the other creatures down there, but he's going to up the ante with an Earthling. So I just think that is
I love that cover, man. Now I want it.
That's a sliding scale depending on the Earthling that you pick.
Well,
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. But I thought it was pretty cool. So let's so Frank Frazetta, as prolific as he is, and he worked in comics, he didn't do that many comic characters. I think Damien was telling me maybe less than 30. Well, I have one. And there's
Such a cool cover.
Ghost Rider 3,
Yeah.
Frazetta, blowing up the train. Ass hat down there is blowing up the train. That is just but a Frazetta Ghost Rider cover. And this is back when he was Carter Slade. And look, you know what? He does a lot of push-ups. Look at that. I can tell.
There you go.
There you go. There
A
you
lot
go.
of Earth downs. A lot of Earth
Yeah,
downs.
a lot of Earth downs. But anyway, Ghost Rider, number 3, 1951. Brandon, the most beautiful Golden Age book I have. They dinged this and gave it a purple grade because it had some a lot. Yeah, the poker is great. Who was that wrote that about the poker?
Oh, that was Chris.
It got a purple label because they dinged it for the special cleaning they did. Sometimes when they get the chemical cleanings, they don't like it. But it's insane that whatever they did, this book didn't need much done to it. It's in so beautiful shape. Look at that.
Holy crap.
Look at that.
Man, that's nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
9-0. Look at the
I'll take
corners
that.
on
I'll
that.
take a purple on that any day of the week.
Yeah,
No
right.
trimming. Restorations. His cover was reinforced. Okay, so maybe they put new staples in it. Cover cleaned and interior lightened. So maybe they put new staples in it. Usually when it's reinforced, that's what happened. And you think that's good. You know, the best part of a lot of these Golden Age comics is the in-house ads, or even modern comics. You know, like in the 70s even. The in-house ads were great.
Well, I love that. It's it's all 8 members of the 7 Soldiers of Victory.
There it is. Look at the in-house ad that was on the back of this.
My Lord.
Yeah.
And look how clean that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look at that. Isn't that awesome?
That is sweet.
So just ass hat. Yeah, it was ass hat. So a 9-0 without this had to have been at least an 8 or something. Jeez. Yeah, there you go. So got a few more. Here we go. This is my oldest Action Comics, number 50.
I love that cover.
Isn't that great? With the miners rescuing it. It's got the buy war bonds thing on there. Number 50, 1942.
That's nice.
My Lord.
1942.
Piece of history.
Yeah, piece of history. I know we showed it before. I'll show it again.
Yes.
There's that More Fun 60, which was a huge grail for me.
Now, what appearance is that of the Spectre?
Okay, so this is 60. So this would have been he was 52. So this should have been like the
What's in third?
2,
Right.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60, 9th.
Oh.
8th or 9th. 8th or 9th.
Oh, it was earlier than that. Okay.
No, because 52 was the start of his origin, and 53 finished it. I don't know that you see him in costume in 52, but anyway, very early.
You know what would be really great if you had a poster that was like a blow up eyes.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great?
And glowed in the dark.
Glow in the dark, absolutely.
That would be awesome.
Those, man, that was a grail. It was an attainable grail, but it cost a little. But the purple label helped me afford that. Without the purple label, and the restoration on this was a small amount of color touch. There was a piece added to the interior, tear seals to cover reinforced, staples replaced. I'm okay with all of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Looks like Adam's ready
Red
to
Rider.
spend your money.
Yep. There you go. I'm 50 will be as low as I go. I'm pretty sure. Actually, here's a horror. You love the Atlas horror. How about this?
I have all of that. Is one of the greats right there, man.
Yeah,
That's super cool.
That's nice.
I think it's Mystic 28. I covet, which is a Morgan cover. You know, Sal will cover that too, where it's got a body on a slab in a morgue and it's grabbing the attendant and it says "not dead enough."
Yeah.
I love it.
There you go.
But yeah, we're serving chilled heads. Look at
Severed head. Oh.
Look at that. Isn't that? And look, the
delicacy.
casket, the casket is open. The zombies are serving heads. You know,
Man's got to eat, Julian.
you got to eat. So, Adventure Comics 56, 1940, and this was a 7.0. There's nothing done to this. This is a blue label 7.0.
Nice.
And this was part of, and Brandon, this is part of the Billy Wright collection. It's a famous pedigree collection.
Heard of it, yes. That's
And
unreal. And it's an old label and everything.
340 books were found. Billy Wright's collection. He grew up in Virginia. He ended up being a chemical engineer with DuPont, and he kept all his books. And when he died in I guess the early 90s, his widow said to her nephews, "You always like comics. Your uncle had some comics. I'll give you." Well, it just never happened. She never got around to it. And when she died, they went and cleared the house out. 340 comics. They split them between them, and between them, they had this collection, 340 comics, almost all from 1936 to 41. Just a handful of later 1940 issues. Almost every publisher of the day is represented. The earliest comic in the collection is New Comics 2, dated January 36. 45 of Overstreet's current top 100 Golden Age books are in the collection. There are 67 number 1 issues and 33 number 2 issues. 45 of the top 100 Golden Age books were in that collection. So
that's crazy.
He was 11 when Action 1 hit the newsstands, and that was in the collection, as was Detective 27. The comics are stored in the basement of his home, stacked on shelves in a storage closet. So what is significant to me is we all dream about that treasure trove of a collection to find.
Yeah.
But for me, being a Virginia boy, Billy Wright was a Virginia boy, and I brought this book back to Virginia. So
that is an unreal piece.
Yeah, so
great cover too.
It is a great cover, great Hourman Adventure Comics cover. So I have a Sandman Adventure cover, an Hourman, and a Starman, which were the 3 main guys in here. So that's what I try to, and I love the big logo. So it's got the big logo. This is 1940, but I love the story, you know, because when we're telling stories, and every time I'll show this book, I will talk about Billy Wright, and I will honor Billy Wright by doing this. Right now, this book was given to me by Mighty Mike Harbor. This is the rarest book in my collection. It's either an 8 or a 9 on the Gerber scale of rarity. It is All American 11.
Yeah. Yep, that's Gary Command. Gary
Concord, the Ultraman.
Oh, Gary Concord. Yep.
A superhero named Gary.
That's why I wanted it. Superhero named Gary. There aren't any. He was on 3 All-American covers, and he was on the cover of All-Star 1, because All-Star 1 had 4 different comic images, and one of them was, I think, the one taken from number 8. But this by number 16 is where Green Lantern first appeared. So the Ultraman didn't last much longer than 16. I think by 20 there weren't any stories with him. But that's just a great sci-fi cover.
Predates Green Lantern. That's amazing.
Yes, this is February of 1940, and it is rare. It's got a green label because it's missing a wrap, which is it's missing a page, which ends up being 1 side, 2 side, 3 side, 4 side. So it's missing 4 pages. I don't care. This is about the cover for me.
Yeah.
It's about the cover, and it's in beautiful shape. And Mike Harbor, God bless you, my best friend in the world, got me this because he knew that I was looking for this book.
I'm sure there's not a ton of copies of those out there, period.
No, there's not. I mean, I think there's less than 50 they believe to exist. So, all right, we talked about having a book that's low grade but looks great. Look at that, All-Star 13.
Best 1.8 I've ever seen officially.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
Love that.
That's why it's a
insane.
1.8.
Yep. Hey, guess what? Not displaying it that way.
Yeah,
who cares, right?
Not showing the back.
Who cares about that, right? Large
Dude.
logo All-Star. It's beautiful. Damien hooked me up, helped me find this. So, isn't that cool?
It's like a 3.0 cover, 3.0, 4.0 cover.
Easy. Yeah, if not even a little better. You know? So
Well, that was the same thing on the Wonder Man book that you
yep.
that you found for me. The cover looks gorgeous. It's just the back of it had that like giant tape stain. And I said, well,
Yep.
you know, I don't display my books showing the back cover. I show the front cover. So
Right. Well, look at this. This is a 3.5. This could easily be a 6 or more. The cover's detached.
Mhm.
And it brought it down enough where
Another great way. That's how I got my Daredevil 1 covers
Yep.
detached. Doesn't
Yep.
matter to me.
yeah, it does not matter. Look how great that presents. So I got a few years ago, Flash comics. I need to have a Hawkman. I need to have a Flash cover. Well, here's my Hawkman, Flash 11.
Sick.
Yeah,
that's nice.
that's really cool.
And this is also November of 1940, and this is the 11th appearance of Hawkman. Also the 11th appearance of Flash in there. So how cool is that?
That's
So
sick.
there we go.
He has both of them on the cover.
Yep. So you do technically have both of them. All right. So I need to get a Golden Age Green Lantern. I don't have a Green Lantern, but what I do have is the All American.
So awesome.
So look at that. That's a 6.0 All American.
Nice.
And a lot of these, this Doiby Dickles ass hat is, on a lot of them. And this one, I can tolerate him because he's not part of the action. He's just a picture there. So it's okay. Another Red Ryder air rifle. So
You shoot your eye out.
shoot your eye out, kid. But that is so
Good
cool.
job,
So,
kid.
which is part of the problem with the Green Lantern, the Golden Age Green Lantern I want. Yeah, it took the rolls for a penny. The ads are so cool. Is that Doiby Dickles is, front and center on a lot of those, but they're, I'm working on them. I'm getting there. So let's see, as we go down the Golden Age Hit Parade, this is a Golden Age book still. Very hard to find. Batman 100.
Nice.
Whoa.
Nice.
So it's 3.5. It's got, look, we got a Chihuahua on the back. There you go. Little miniature dog.
No cost.
No cost. But Batman 100, tough to get. Let's see. Now here we go. This is a beaut. This is a 7.5 unrestored Sensation 26.
The train
nice.
cover.
That is wicked.
And that's
You're making me want to sell all my other books just to get these beautiful gold books.
Look, it's interesting where the February that was in black when it goes through the smoke. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm with you, Pam, that they changed it, but look how beautiful that is. And what a great image of Wonder Woman. So,
Yeah.
and
I
the
agree,
artist,
Pam, low grade's better than no grade.
yep, it's a 7.5. And there we got, let's see, roll again, 10 cents, signal flags you get with it. But 7.5, beautiful Sensation 26. The artist sounds filthy. It's Harry Peter.
Eh,
Is the
one of
artist.
Chris's favorites.
One of Chris's favorites. All right. If Batman 100 is Golden Age, so is Superman 100.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh,
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
I love how they put the classic covers on it.
Mm-hmm.
to
Like they
solve
did-
the Earth.
Like they did with the Batman.
Yeah.
And we all know Kool-Aid, but Miracle Aid just didn't last.
Mm. Well, he wasn't bested outdoors like Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I guess not. But
Love that green.
yeah, green is a color that fades on a lot of comics. So the green looks pretty good here.
Well, Superman usually doesn't like having a lot of green around. Him.
Right.
Oh, here we go. Now this, and you don't always see this one. I traded Miles Morales' first appearance. I traded Silk's first appearance, a couple other first appearances, and then had to kick in a little cash for this. And I can buy those books whenever I want it. But
That's what I say. That's what I say.
You know what you never see? You never see a House of Mystery one.
I love that book. I've got a House of Mystery 14 sitting next to me that I got my hands on.
Ooh, I don't have that one. Nice.
But that is just
wicked.
look at that. Yeah, you know what? Anytime you're trading modern books for that kind of stuff, all day, baby.
Oh yeah.
Wanda was in a 5.0
Yeah.
House of Mystery 1. So, how about that? And autogram on the back. Back in the olden days of not the AFL, but the AAFL, the All-American Football League, they had crazy numbers. Autogram was a quarterback wearing 60.
Jerry, who's the cover artist on that?
The cover artist on this was Sheldon Moldoff, I believe. Let's see. Oh no, Win Mortimer. Win Mortimer.
Win Mortimer. That freaking beautiful.
So it's interesting. Superboy number 116 is a cover that is just like this, if you look it up. And Superboy is running from the opposite way with wolves that look like this. And there's a full moon. There's two people, one with a gun on that cover too. And you look at that and like, oh man, so it's like, is that an homage? Is it just an accident? And when you research it further, the Superboy 116 cover is by Kurt Swan. Kurt Swan did interior work on this book.
Nice.
It's very much an homage cover. So, but isn't that great? And if you put them side by side, he's running toward her, which is great with the pack of wolves. But House of Mystery #1. Brandon, you don't see it very often, my friend. What'd you say?
What year is that from?
This should be 52, I think. December, January, 51, 52.
All right, so 1951, 1952 with autogram there. The last time that the Cleveland Browns were worth a damn.
I thought the Cleveland Browns won the 1960 World Championship when they came into the NFL, and that they played them. They played them against, because they came from the AAFL, which is a wide open passing league, and they pitted them against the. Maybe it was 59. They pitted because the Eagles won in 60. They pitted them against the world champion Eagles, and the Cleveland Browns kicked their butts. It was awesome. So it's just historically speaking. All right, let's see. This isn't Golden Age, but you need to see that every time we can.
Every time.
Every time.
How many copies do you have right now?
14. And Brent, if you like vampires, get you Detective 455. I think all the fellas here have got to read this now. This is a great Batman vampire story. Fantastic. And look, you get Evil Knievel on the back. So Mike got me that because, I got him a copy of this book, and it becomes a book that he loves to give to folks. Okay, so this is still Golden Age because Showcase 4 started the Silver Age. Nope, Buffalo on this too. Here we go. Showcase 1.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
Firefighter Farrell. And some Baby Ruth ad on the back. So the ads are cool.
And was it 22? Was that the official start of the Silver Age?
No, 4.
4. Okay, 4 with a flash on the cover.
Yep, first flash. That would be this one. Yeah.
Yes, that's the one I'm thinking of.
That one. All right. So all right. Now we're working for you through more. You love the old Atlas ones. This is the bogey cover.
Yes.
Journey into Mystery. Look at that.
Look at that cigarette falling out of his mouth. What the hell? It's a little beat up, but I don't care. I wanted the bogey cover, and there it is. So, yeah. Another Atlas Strange Stories of Suspense.
Very cool.
That's cool. I think that's either a Manili or a Severin cover. All right, now Chris's little
Joe Manili did a lot of those.
Yes,
some great Golden Age stuff.
He was fantastic.
I have some covers behind me. I love him.
And was Manili or Severin the one that died in a
Manili won in the subway accident? His glasses fell off. Tragic. Like 33 years old.
He walked between cars and fell between the cars.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel, Wiz Comics 2 was really his first appearance because one was an ash can. So this right here is the 9th appearance of Captain Marvel.
What a sick cover.
That's great.
I love the triangle 10 cent.
Yeah, that's pretty wicked.
It's so simple, but so amazing. Like the shapes, the geometric shapes, their bodies.
Isn't that the one you got at Baltimore year last?
Yeah, you were there for that. Yep, Wiz Comics.
Yep.
From Graham Crackers, I got that. Here's another Golden Age Captain Marvel.
That's a cool one.
There's another
great witch cover.
Yeah.
And if you're going for Golden Age books, like you can get some. I mean, not in that graded condition. Definitely not that first one, but you can find some affordable Captain Marvel books.
Yep.
From the Golden Age and like the Marvel family books.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one. It had a $500 sticker on it. I didn't pay $5 for it, but I think I paid $4.25, maybe $4. I got this one. because I got a Shazam cover where he's saying "Holy moly,
Oh,
Holy
nice.
moly.
holy moly!" This town is made of paper, so you got to have that. Here's a cool Marvel family one.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
So,
badass.
and all these, all of them are, all these are Golden Age, Master Comics.
Nice.
He meets this caveman. They thaw this caveman out, and the caveman, he's trying to catch him. The caveman runs in a subway tunnel, and a train kills him at the end. It's just
That's
bad ending for the caveman.
But that's the character that Elvis based his
Yes.
stage outfit on. Elvis.
He
was
did.
huge-
Yep, and he dyed his hair black because of that, and he had the lightning bolt.
Yep. Elvis was a huge Captain Marvel Jr. fan, and
Sure
that's
was.
where he got the jumpsuits that he wore on stage from.
Absolutely. Airboy comics.
That's nice.
I like some.
Yeah.
And you know what? What's better? Airboy with sharks.
That is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the looks like the Batwing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Birdie is the name of his thing. Now this one isn't technically Golden Age, but you know what? You'll thank me.
The definitive suggestive cover.
He's like, "Wow, Pop," and he's like, "That's right, son. That's right, son." Yeah. Of course, cash is king. That's what we always say. But
Yeah, I always tell people, man, if you're going to a con, take cash.
yep. And there's a Golden Age John Wayne.
The dude.
Cool.
I've got the first 5 issues, I think, of it. It's 31 issues in all. The later ones are really kind of scarce. John Wayne Adventures. I'm working on getting I'm working on that run. It's gonna take a little bit, but like I said, I got Damien in my corner. All right, we're gonna work through. And just because I always get to show it, there's my first book. There's
The
my
Genesis book.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, it's beat to hell, but it's there. All right. There we go. And I'm working through the golden. Oh, it's not Golden Age, but we talked about it earlier. How's that for a House of Secrets?
Yeah.
92.
Nice.
Look at that. Isn't that drool worthy? Look at that.
Every time.
That's an easy 9, baby.
Mm-hmm.
That's an easy 9 with nothing done to it.
Swamp Thing in the background kind of looks like the Lorax.
Yeah. There you
True.
go. Fun, Strange Adventures.
That's cool.
Love that photorealistic hand.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure where the snowmen cover are. I have that somewhere. Let's see. All right, we're digging. Hang with me. Easy digging.
Are you gonna pull out the Batman with the 50 cal or the 60 cal book?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, Brandon, this I don't know that I talked to you about this, Brandon. This is an artist proof.
Yes.
So 1 of 1.
Yes.
So 1 of 1, and that's pretty damn freaking cool. So 1 of 1. Let's see. All right, here we go. Now we're into. I'm going to bring this a little closer to me, and I've got the last batch of Golden Ages that I pulled out, and you'll get some good DC hero stuff. And these are all we're raw dogging it. So
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Adventure, 1940, number 47, February of 40. So Sandman cover.
That's a
Very
great
nice.
Snowman cover.
It's got some issues. It's got some tape on it, but you know what? That's all right.
Hey,
We'll deal.
Deal with
that's
that.
good for my house.
Here's one that's in really great shape, number 66.
Mm,
Nice.
Great Starman cover.
Starman, yeah.
Also, this book has the first appearance of the Shining Knight.
Oh,
This is really cool. I have 2 All-Star comics at this point. This is my second one. So 42.
right.
This is also kind of recreated on JLA 6.
Yes.
So if you know that Misfortune cover, they're not on a pin. They're on a device. It's not quite a pinwheel like that, but pretty cool. All right, this is my oldest book, 1939, More Fun 50.
I don't know if I've seen you show that or I've seen that somewhere.
I've shown it before, so you maybe you have, but it's another pretty scarce book.
Yeah.
Nope, didn't buy any. I did look at a few Swamp Thing 9s, but didn't buy any, Adam. Didn't buy any. But here's 1939, so I broke into the 30s, and cover date's 39, so it was earlier than that really. So I think it was October maybe release. It's a football cover, which means a lot to me too, since I play ball. So it's great. Spectre first appeared in 52, and this is number 50. So that's kind of cool. But I love that as being my oldest book. Here's my more fun 75 Spectre cover. I mean Dr. Fate cover.
Oh, the half mask.
Look at that trade dress.
Yep, I love that. Hitler cover because he's on the wall.
Yep.
What I also love, it says new Aquaman. This was the first time I think Aquaman's character name was on there. I think there may have been one that it's possible 74 had the name, but where it had 3 new features and it might have mentioned it. But anyway, this is the 3rd appearance of Aquaman in here, so it's kind of a big deal to me. More Fun 73, I'm not ever going to touch, but I've got that. And with the Aquaman, so here's my More Fun Green Arrow. Pam loves the football. There you go, Richard. Here's my More Fun, and this is also a Keep 'em Flying War Bond cover. That's cool. But you see the difference with the logos, though. How the small logos aren't as much fun. They're not more fun. So. But now I have a More Fun Spectre, More Fun Dr. Fate, More Fun Green Arrow. Johnny Quick had 2 More Fun comics covers, 87 and 100, and I would like to get an 87, I think. Aquaman never got a cover until Brave and the Bold 28. So even though he was created in 43. Here's the first Golden Age book I ever got. Flash Comics 10.
Whoa.
So I have Flash Comics 11 and I have 10. So I got the Hawkman cover at 10 or 11, and I got the Flash at 10. And this is a great Sheldon Moldoff cover. It's classic. A couple years ago, a year ago, when they did the Flash, the miniseries with the Flash's newfound daughter, they had this book they were showing as a cover homage. That was part of that, and that was really neat. But there it is, Flash number 10, 10th appearance of Flash, 10th appearance of Lantern. Let's see. Speaking of 10s, how about Superman 10?
I didn't realize you had a 10.
Yeah, Superman 10. First bald Lex Luthor in here. So number 10.
Very cool.
Superman.
Love the 10-cent bubbles.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is another Golden Age book that isn't that expensive. The Leading Comics, but it's again got the 7 soldiers on it. Though this one doesn't have them all. This one doesn't have Wing on it, but the Mystery 8th Soldier. But just a cool book,
Yeah.
Shape. So
very cool.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see. I have Sensation 26, and I also have Wonder Woman 26.
Oh, that looks good.
We have the blue pops on there.
It does.
There's a cheetah story on the inside of this, I believe, too, which makes it a little collectible, though she's not on the cover.
The Golden Women.
Mm-hmm. Wonder Woman. Okay. But how about a Batman book? How about the 9th appearance of Robin in Detective 44?
Nice.
Yeah. So this.
What's Batman?
I don't know what Batman's hiding from. It's a broad daylight.
I know, but it's a great.
That's the
it's a great move.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he's taking shots at Batman. The dude's shooting at him. So.
Yeah, he's doing a no-look shot.
Yeah. So he's looking back now. I think he was looking. And
gotcha. Yeah. Then
Robin's swinging in there. I love that old corner.
I love the long ears.
Yep, me too. But Detective 44, baby.
Jeez.
And Robin, like I said, it's the ninth appearance of Robin. Batman doesn't use guns, right? Right, Sal?
That's BS.
Except for that cover.
Except for when he's gunning down Nazis with a big 45 cal.
So Batman 15, last big logo Batman of this year.
I perused eBay and I was just looking at the prices of that cover, and it's like, oh, that book is just way out of control.
It's out of control. Yeah, it's really gone up lately too. So when I got it was a better deal. Mike just bought a copy, so Mike has a copy now.
Great shape too.
Yeah,
for its age.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty. Batman 15. All right. You got any other goodies? Yeah, here we go. This is the infamous Joker boner issue.
Yes.
Nice.
Totem cover.
So
Joker.
inside,
He's sporting
Gotham
some wood
City.
on that one.
Yes, he is. Inside, Gotham City is laughing at the Joker's boner. He goes, "I'll teach them to laugh at my boner. They won't think my boner's so funny now. I'm gonna make them laugh at Batman's boner." So boner is used like a dozen times. So this book is pricey because of the juvenile thinking of people like us. So I wanted it. Batman 75, the Gorilla
Great
Boss of
gorilla
Gotham
cover.
City. Yeah.
Eh.
There was an annual that used this image as its main cover because they did the reprints in the annuals. All right. I'll finish with one I have story time for that I think you'll appreciate, Brandon. This is Strange Adventures 9. And the book that I had with the fisherman thing is Strange Adventures. This is 21. 9 is the first Captain Comet.
That looks
What a great cover.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the colors on that.
Look at the black, right?
Yeah.
First appearance of Captain Comet, Strange Adventures 9. And I got this from John Tomlinson, and he had this price too low, and I still didn't even pay that price for it. So he was just, he was just giving it away. But look at how great that book is in shape. And the black Carmen Infantino cover, just awesome.
The black makes it all pop.
It sure does. And the logo, look how cool the logo is with the 3 different covers on it. So first Captain Comet. Star Spangled Comics, number 106. Robin for a long time, it started out being a Star Spangled Kid and Stripesy book. And then it segued to Robin was the lead character. And then at this point, he's still on the masthead, but it's Tomahawk is taken over. So before Tomahawk got his own book, he was a backup in Action, and then he was one of the features in Star Spangled. This book is in beautiful shape.
Jeez.
Yeah, it is.
I guess so.
52, I believe. I think it's 1952. And it's a Simon Gerty cover, and I'm fascinated by his history behind Simon Gerty, the Renegade. Very fascinating individual. That's a whole nother show. I can get into him. So to have a Simon Gerty cover is great. Now the last one is another one that's a story. Christine Farrell died last year. I had been to her comic shop in Burlington, Vermont, Earth Prime Comics. So Burlington, how far is Burlington from you? About
Oh God, good 4 or 5 hours, I think.
4 or 5 hours. Still a good trek. Earth Prime Comics. She had every DC comic ever published. She started buying these books in the late 70s, early 80s.
I remember reading about this. Yes.
Yep, her dad set her up as her business helped. He had money and he wanted his kids to do something, and she wanted to run a comic shop, and that's what she got. And so she started buying all these books. And the story was she had 2 Action #1s, and the reason she had to have 2 was she spilled coffee on one of them.
Oh my God.
So, but she was buying these books in the late 70s, early 80s when the prices were a little more reasonable. But she pieced together every book. So this book I'm about to show you is a Christine Farrell book that Damien got for me off the auction site. And it is Phantom Stranger #5. And it is gorgeous.
Holy.
Ooh. That's
The
amazing.
logo really pops on that.
Look at the green. So I have all the Bronze Age run, of course, of Phantom Stranger, and his first Silver Age appearance, which was Showcase 79 or 80, and great Neil Adams cover. But I have all those. But a Golden Age run I do want to complete is the Phantom Stranger run, which only went 6 issues, and this is #5. So that'll be.
Because I had the provenance in the back. Is that what I saw?
What's on the back? I have the Heritage Auction.
Oh, got you.
So there's the provenance that it's from her collection, and I put a news. I printed out about Christine Farrell. It's a black and white photo, so it's not so good, but I have the story of her. But I clipped that, so I can always say that this, is Christine Farrell, because this wasn't slabbed, because she had every DC book. They didn't slab every one.
There's no.
they slabbed a bunch of them, but this one wasn't slabbed, and to say it, but I have the proof that it is one of hers. But again, like I talked about Billy Wright, I'm talking about Christine Farrell, and every time I show these books, I'll tell that story, and her name will be mentioned. So I think that's part of my duty as a collector, is to honor these other great collectors.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah. And when I incorporate something of their collection into mine, I do that. Chris has given me some really great books. He gave me the Wizard of Oz Marvel DC book. That'll always be a book I got from Chris, from his collection that he gave me. That was the first Marvel DC collaboration, is that Treasury edition of the Wizard of Oz. It was before Spider-Man, Superman. But this is just so cool, and it means a lot to me to have a Christine Farrell book. So
yeah.
anyway, and what a beautiful book, right?
Yeah,
The colors
amazing.
are absolutely nuts.
Yeah. So anyway, it was a long showcase tonight, but that was for you, brother. So I hope you enjoyed it, Brandon.
As Rick Moranis said in Spaceballs, smoke if you got him. Holy crap. Oh my God.
Love it, buddy.
I just saw like 30 books I didn't even know existed, and then like the creme de la creme of what I did know existed. And you're right, you become a curator of history in these stories and these items, and I'm glad it's someone like you that has them, that could just memorize all these things, because that's important.
Well, I appreciate it, brother. And like I said, I hope you get into this area, and I hope you can, carve out a day and you come here, and we will dive. You can see these greatest hits, but I know you want to see these horror books.
I want to see all of it. I want to see all the figures.
Need 2 days. You might need 2 days, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, Baltimore might just have to be the next one. It'd be easier to get to for me than Heroes Con. To drive to Baltimore would be easier.
Well, I tell you what, though, if you're driving to Heroes Con, you got to pass. You're probably passing through this corridor.
I'd rather just go to Baltimore and spend 2 more days looking at that.
Well,
Thank you for that. Oh my gosh.
Well, you're certainly welcome. And I tell you what, if I do get into the Binghamton area again,
Thanks, Richard.
Hit me up, please. I'll drive right down and meet you there, man.
I would love to see. I'd love to see your place and see those great, wonderful things you have on the wall.
Every time Jamie's thing was going off, I kept looking back because I have the Predator. So I was like, because I didn't know what it was until you guys said something. I was like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Jamie's microphone or something.
Yeah. We
a fan on his computer.
Pam, thank you. And Pam, you are so good. Pam has love for Nick Carty and all these great DC Bronze Age artists, and and the Legion. Pam is high on the Legion. Long live the Legion, baby. So we've got great viewers that are just in it. I know you have some great folks.
It's a lot of the same names here. I mean, Richard Westfall is
everywhere.
Richard's always in there.
Bomb. Boosh is the
Richard
bomb.
watches all the streams from him. He's
Now listen,
a great supporter of this, this community.
Yes, we absolutely has support. Hopefully, Chris won't find his way to you, because then you got to deal with Chris all the time.
Oh my God, dude, he was killing. My face hurts from laughing at his comments throughout the night.
Let me tell you, this dude, Chris.
That's pared down for internet.
Yes, Chris is a riot, man. I love that dude. So he's about an hour from me.
Well, thank you, Chris, for making our night even more enjoyable.
Is he still with us, or is he passed out?
Yeah, he's probably passed out. He hasn't commented in a while. When we all went to the Frederick convention, me and Gary and Chris and Phil were there, and we're looking at this old issue of All-Star Comics, and I forget what the issue number is, but if you just look up like All-Star Comics, it's one where there's like a great big finger on it that's like pointing at something, and he's got it off the board. We're all looking like, oh, that's nice. And Chris goes, if you look real close on the tip of the finger there, and me, Gary, and the dealer, the guy that's got the book, all of us start leaning in close like this, like what he's talking about. He goes, if you look real close on the tip of the finger, we all live in. He goes, lean in. And he goes, you can see a booger on it. We're like, God, like we're all leaning in. Even the guy selling the book.
You think you're learning something about history of the book?
You're like, hey, is there something I didn't notice on there?
You're learning. What you're learning is you should have known better.
Right.
You should have known better to fall for his bullshit. Yeah.
that particular show, I had showed up a little bit later in the day, and I meet up with them, and the first thing Chris does is he leans over to me. He goes, "Don't use the bathroom."
Yeah, when
Like-
he went to the bathroom, when he's like, "Oh, I gotta go," and he came out and he's like, "Security had to escort me out."
Listen, yeah, we went to a restaurant once, and I'm telling you, he blew up that bathroom. He blew that bathroom up so bad, we almost ran out the door.
My God.
Chris is, listen, Chris is a great dude. Chris is a combat veteran. So, we love him. Oh, yeah. Hey,
I think it's pretty close to time to do round 2 on the Big 5 Live with you guys. I think we just need to do it again.
Oh, you know I'm in. Come on.
I didn't get to do it the first time, so I definitely want to.
Yeah,
you got-
definitely
Dan
need
has-
Dan.
has
I got
to-
June figured out, but we should talk about July. We should talk
Yeah.
about getting you guys back for July.
Definitely.
Any time.
Right,
God.
right.
When we set you up the first time, that was great. I
You can't see this. You can't
Yeah,
see
you
this.
can't see this. You can't see that.
We're gonna amend it. We're gonna amend it for that show. It'll be the Big 5 Live with an asterisk, like they just did for Thunderbolts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll do whatever you want. But absolutely,
You've
guys.
already seen all the great stuff. There's no more fun for you, man.
No, I love seeing it again and again. No one gets sick of seeing that stuff.
But
Well,
yeah,
the first time Gary came on, he came on a show because he won a contest on the Comic Character of the Day page. When we got I think when we got to like 500 followers.
yeah. And I told Tim, I said, I don't think they know what they're getting into here, buddy. Or you're
So-
getting into. Yeah.
So he won this contest to come on, and it was just he's show us, and we didn't really know anything. We're like, all right, whatever, this guy that's on the page wins, so come on, and he starts showing off these books, and he's like, oh yeah, I got, and he's showing off like Fantastic Four one, Amazing Fantasy 15 first, it's like
I kept saying
first
those
Justice
facsimiles.
League, first Thor, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I got this this Fantastic Four one facsimile." Oh wait, no, that's not a facsimile. It's really, and he just kept doing that, and all of us are sitting there like,
No
Yeah.
idea.
Oh
Brandon,
yeah,
I picked up this one. I picked
Yeah.
up this one just recently.
nice. Yep, number one.
Hold on.
Yep.
Time out.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Now it's a party.
Let's see what we got. What we got? There we go.
Since then.
Yep.
What are the grades? 7 and what was your 4? Oh, nice. I've got a raw
Awesome.
copy of that, but
Yeah, the great
Awesome.
Cyclops story. This trope is
"Wait
great.
a minute, hold yours up against Sal."
The woman
What?
wants nothing to do with him until he's able to take out the Cyclops.
That's where the monsters dwell.
So his is the reprint of,
Oh yeah, okay. I was gonna
Yeah,
say, which one is?
but it was the number
No.
that one's the number 1.
okay.
Yeah. So when they redid this series, that was the original book. This is the
Okay.
reprint of that story.
Yep, absolutely. So,
But still,
We're-
awesome cover though.
oh,
Oh,
right.
right.
I'm working through. I'm still getting a lot of those Marvel horrors of the 70s. I'm probably 85% through with them, having those, and most of them are reprints. But it's okay. It's about the cover, and I think Brandon, we talked about how the DC covers of the Bronze Age, they don't have much verbiage. The
Right.
image says everything,
Yes.
and the Marvels, they're oversharing. There's
Yeah.
too much verbiage.
Yeah, there's a
But-
lot.
Yeah, that one doesn't have, it's the word balloons. I don't mind so much the pair,
Block text.
yeah, I don't mind that so much. But yeah, so much word balloons on the Marvel ones. And it's just funny that the different editorial styles,
100%.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, but dude, you get down here, man, we can bury
Party.
ourselves in comics, man.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right, then let's go ahead and wrap up this show because it has been
Yeah, it's
2.5 hours.
Oh my God, look at that.
But it's
Good
been
stuff.
absolute fun. Jamie had to drop out because his
You got a youngin.
got a youngin. He said his computer's having some issues, so he logged out. So it is just us. Once again, I'm Sal the Slab Guy. Right there is our guest of honor, Brandon from
The
Moncom.
man.
Go over
Thank you,
there and
guys.
check him out on YouTube
Mhm.
and Instagram. And are you on TikTok as well, or just Instagram? And
No, it's Instagram and YouTube, really.
all right, just Instagram and YouTube. Go check him out there. He's awesome. We were on his Big Live 5, so that was a great show.
It was a great
We
show.
got down below right there is Dan the Man Kelly. And then, of course, the Ric Flair of comics right
Woo!
there, baby. We'll see you guys next week. Take care. And, stick around for Comic Character of the Week next week because that is Captain Cold next week.
Got the cold. Burr.
All right.